Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are here for the second BBL game of the day. It is going to be the Sydney Thunder taking on the Adelaide Strikers. Now, we do already know that the Thunder, they won the toss. They decided that they do want to have a bat here. They are still missing Alex Hales. They are still missing Alex Ross. Like I mentioned last time, if your name's Alex, you're not there at the moment for the Sydney Thunder. And then they are also still missing Sanger, who was one of their talented spin bowlers that they have got 192 as the prediction from Novmum there, alongside Paddy Waggins with 186 and 179 here for AFL Has Fun. And we have also got there Dan DeCastro, like he's mentioning, Hoey for Sport on today and also this week, this month even, 2022. We have got a whole heap of sport coming on the channel. So if you are new, be sure to leave a like and subscribe because we are going to be covering this game live for the Big BBL. I said it wrong, but that's all right. Looking through at the lineups. They have got, we will start with the Sydney Thunder. It is going to be Matthew Gilks will be opening alongside Ben Cutting, who has gone from this all-rounder role into those opening kind of partnership with Alex Hales missing from it. Jason Sanger, phenomenal innings in the last match. Still thinking what the score will be as well, says Robert. No worries there. We have still got plenty of time for you guys to be able to get in your predictions and let me know exactly how many runs you think that there will be in this one. We will put it up on the screen. One moment. We will go here. We will go here. We'll go like that. There we go. There's the rules. You pretty much want to have your prediction before the first ball of the match. Looking through, Sam Billings going to be number 4 and the keeper for this game. Oliver Davies going to be slotting in at number 5. He was impressive on debut for the Sydney Thunder, having a nice combination with Jason Sanger in that last matchup where the Thunder, they were able to get themselves the win, even with it, without those players that I did mention. Thunder's 183, sorry, and the Strikers for the 172. Everyone's kind of going around that same region, aren't they? At this stage, I'm going to go 175. I'm going to say 17. Or actually, no, I'm going to go 170 because of the fact that I do know that they've got Rashid Khan, they've got Fawad Ahmed as two of their bowling options. But the Sydney Thunder at the moment, they are sitting there in 4th place. If they win this game, they actually propel themselves above the Hobart Hurricanes. If the Adelaide Strikers win this game, they will propel themselves above the Melbourne Stars. We have got their Thunder smash as well from trucking down under. And also we have got there by 140 for 8. Says Kevin there, so he is going the lowest of the day so far. Also in that middle order, Daniel Sams, Arjun Nair, Chris Green as another option for an all-rounder. Then Sandhu, Mahmood, and Hasnain. Now, if you haven't seen that man bowls around 145 and does definitely get plenty of pace. And him and Mahmood from either end is going to be dangerous for the Sydney Thunder when they do get the chance. Holt and Duggett will be the two men that they have got as the expected players as well. We have also got there as a prediction 187 for Robert for how many he thinks that it will be, but the odds in this game, they're literally identical, 50-50 for the live win probability at the moment between these two sides. It is hard to pick them. It is literally, it could be a feather either way in this matchup. For the Adelaide Strikers, the lineup that they have decided to go with: Matt Short, Jake Weatherall, Matty Renshaw, going to be slotting in at 3. John O'Wells, Tom Kelly, he has been impressive, although he did go out relatively early in the last match. Henry Hunt, Harry Nielsen as the keeper, Rashid Khan, Wes Agar, Peter Siddle, Fawad Ahmed, and then Daniel Worrell and George Garton as the two options for the expected players. I went same scorers last time as well. Says it Robert there. There we will have to wait and see whether or not it does pay off for you. But yeah, at this stage, we are getting very close to this game getting underway. This is the last game of the night. The game tomorrow night, it is going to be the Stars taking on the Melbourne Renegades, the Melbourne Derby. We will be covering it on the channel also. So like I mentioned, if you are new, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It's hugely appreciated, and we are going to have plenty more cricketing and rugby and sport content. I went same score as last time for Robert. I can't remember what I said for that last one for the Melbourne Stars, but they ended up getting bowled out with about 9 balls spare in that one, which we weren't really expecting. The game is being played at Spotless Stadium in Sydney. The weather's supposed to be nice today. The weather's supposed to be nice tomorrow. The test match comes around, and it's 5 days of rain. So we will have to wait and see whether or not that is actually the case. Who's batting as well? It is going to be the Sydney Thunder, who did win the toss, and they decided that they do want to have a bat on the surface. It's looking like a good one as well, by the looks of it. And also, what's the final score to the Scorched game? I just got back as well, says Jay. So pretty much the Melbourne Stars, their tail fell over, and they got bowled out for around that 130 mark with about 10 balls spare. So they did end up losing that game by 50 runs. And then the first Scorchers, Tymor Mills taking a couple quick wickets, and then also Andrew Ty able to take a couple, 210 score from Hamish Spencer. So he's going big for that one on the Thunder, Hamish. And there says Robert, the for who is going to be batting first. So yeah, the Sydney Thunder, including this man here, Jason Sanger, he will be excited to get back out there. He seems to be becoming a bit of a favourite here for the Thunder, because not only is he being able to score all of your runs, he's also taking wickets when he is bowling, which is something we didn't expect to see for that last one. But he seems to be able to just use the feet, swing through the line of the ball and hit it hard as well. Jay Scorcher's got scorched as well. And there, sees it trucking down under, and also so bad weather forecast for Ashes Hamish may rain out test match as well. Yeah, it's looking like it's going to be shortened to either 3 or 4 days possibly as well. And 180 Scorchers and the Stars made 130, Jay. And there says Robert as well. But yeah, good win for the Scorchers. They are top of the table now. They have been able to overtake the Sydney Sixers, who were unfortunate in regards because they did end up missing out on some of the possible points that they could have gotten up against their opponents in the Melbourne Renegades. But at the moment, the turnover for the BBL, it's game after game after game after game. You don't really get more than a day off. The Melbourne Stars, they played today, they play tomorrow, and they are still going to be missing some of their key players, which is why that is going to be such an intriguing contest between the two sides, because you have got the Melbourne Renegades, in which they are going to be missing just Nick Manninson, I believe, is the only player that they are going to be having out of that game. They've still got Kane Richardson, still got Topley, still got Aaron Finch. Harper, he is there as well. Whereas for the Melbourne Stars, it is going to be possibly the same lineup, if not a little bit different to what we saw for today as well. But do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, be sure to get your predictions on how many runs do you think that they will be able to get here for their side. It's going to be exciting. It is going to be one of those games. It could be a high-scoring one as well, perhaps, but we will have to wait and see how it does ending up. But nonetheless, also let me know who you think will be the Sydney Thunder's leading run scorer. Will it be Jason Sanger once again, or will it end up being... I'm going to say it's actually going to be... It's actually a tough one for the Sydney Thunder, because the top order, if they don't deliver, there's a chance that it could be a middle order player. I'm going to say Ben Cutting. I feel like he is due for a big one. Truck and Perth smash as well. And there says J. Hayes, and also these two played on New Year's Eve too, as well, says Robert, exactly right. So they're literally playing off about 3 days apart from each other. Of course, the hat was on for New Year's Day. This good old one here, the one that has the Angels that do end up disappearing because of the green screen, and also has the glow in the dark, the kind of flicky lights as well that don't really come through that clear at the moment. But Jason Sanger is the obvious choice for who's going to be able to score the most runs, which is why I'm going to be avoiding him and instead going Ben Cutting or Jilks. I think Jilks is going to be second eye. The openers at the moment, if these two can start well at Spotless Stadium, then they might be able to end with a spotless innings. Have we had one of those yet? I'm actually going to have a look to see whether or not we've gone a whole innings without a single wicket being lost so far in the BBL. I don't believe we have. I think the minimum is about 2 as well. There's an ex-tropical cyclone hitting Sydney. That's why there's so much rain this week as well. Says Hamish Stetson. So, yeah, hopefully it does end up being all right for that weather kind of side of it for the test match, and they at least get some days played, because if they have any less than like about 200 overs, it's just going to be more than likely the draw. How many games are in the BBL is 60 games in total. So we have got 61, and we are already up to 32, I'd say, cutting 2 as well. Says that Robert there. I'm just going to be having a look. So 8 down, that was a relatively not the best. 5, 3 down as well. Is that the lowest that we have had so far in the BBL? I'm just going to look through the previous weeks. 8 down, 7 down, 9 down, 4 down, 2 down for the Scorchers. I think that is the best that we've had so far in this competition for who has been able to lose the least wickets, and it was the Scorchers. Anyone else going to try and contest? 2 down for the Hurricanes as well. 1 down for the Scorchers, right? I think the Scorchers are winning this one, although no one has lost 0 wickets in innings. You get my predictions as well, says Paddy Wagon. If it was the one that was 186 for 4, yes, I did indeed. And Trucking's ex-Lacey is a tropical cyclone. Oh, jeez. Okay, right, I see. At 61, give it as well, says Robert there. And how many games that we have got? Yeah, it is 32 out of 61. We did have that game rescheduled, so hopefully we do get to see more games played in the next little while. I know that they were talking about all the games being moved to possibly Melbourne in the near future to see whether or not they can just get them played, as it looks like it's going to be a little bit rough, perhaps in the horizon of 2022. Okay, good as well, says Betty Wagon. Yeah, if it is exactly right, you will be doing very nicely. They're talking to Peter Siddle now. He is a player at the moment for the Adelaide Strikers who really hasn't been, I guess, performing the way that he would have liked to. But at the moment, he is the Strikers captain. He has been going for about 10 and over and has only been getting 1 wicket each time that he has made his way to the crease. But if he can fire Rashid Khan as well, I believe they've got Wes Agar, or do they still not have Wes Agar? Where's Agar? Yeah, he is back. Where's Agar? So he's going to be one to watch out for. Brian, 29 years old as well. And there says Ryan there. The chat, but they haven't got Daniel Worrell starting this game. So I'm wondering whether or not if there's swing on offer, they might swap him in, or maybe you go George Garton for a little bit more pace on the ball, as I'll be in and out. Sorry, as I says, Paddy Wagon, no worries, mate. It's still good to see you. And also, Jay, she's just a walking natural disaster. As I said, trucking down under. Jeez. I assume that relationship went quite well, did it, trucking down under? And also, Petty, do you park your wagon at Ram Ranch as well? Says J.A.S. And also, we've got their win for Ryan as well. And the chat from Hamish Spencer. But this is the game coming up from the Sydney Showground, also known as Spotless Stadium for this matchup. Peter Siddle is going to be captaining his side up against the captain of Chris Green's side in the Sydney Thunder. The Thunder, if they win, they go up to third. If the Strikers win, they go up into fifth place. So there is a lot on the line for these two sides. Neither side wanted to back down. I feel like we're going to get to see about 170 plus scored in this game, if not maybe even more than that as well. We will have to wait and see, of course. Nonetheless, we are getting very close to this game getting started. I thought that it was starting at 9, but I think I've got the time wrong. I have a feeling it might be a 9:15 start time now that I think about it. We'll have a quick look. I thought it was 9 that this game was starting. I think it's actually 9:15, so we're going to be here a little bit early, ladies and gentlemen. Got that time slightly wrong. Yeah, 13 minutes. 13 minutes away. I swear this one was starting at 9, but it's not. It is not, ladies and gentlemen. It is starting at 9:15, which is why they are still commentating with Peter Siddle. I was like, hang on, he's supposed to be out on the field soon. And I'll start, yes, in 15 minutes as well. Says that Dan there, and also bro. And the chat says Jay Hayes, and also my birthday is July 19th, 1996. And there as well, stop saying bro, pisses me off as well. Says Irish Spencer, and also bro, what Sydney Thunder squad as well. So for this match, they have got Matthew Gilks, Ben Cutting, Jason Sanger. Also in there, they have got Sam Billings, Oliver Davies, who we did see a little bit Irish. We're just joking about, I don't know the girl, but know of her as well. Says that trucking down under it also. And there, I assume that's not to trucking down under, that is to someone else for what no one gives a F as well. And they have a Daniel Sams Arjanier. They have decided to go with as one of their all-rounders. Chris Green, Gurinder Sandhu. Also, it will be Saqib Mahmood, and then Mohammed Hasnain. Now, I mentioned about him a little bit earlier on. This man bowls fast. This man bowls quick. He was the first player in international rugby, or the youngest player, I should say, in international cricket, rather, who was able to get himself a hat-trick for Pakistan, and he is certainly the goods, and he will be linking up very nicely with Mahmood alongside the spin attack that they have got for that second innings. But for the Adelaide Strikers, first of all, their bowlers going to have to step up. They have got themselves Rashid Khan, Wes Agar, Peter Siddle, Fawad Ahmed, and Matt Short, I guess. They haven't actually got too many batsmen, or sorry, not too many bowlers in their lineup. Now that I look at it, why did they do that? They might have to sub in Daniel Worrell at some point, I guess, and just see how many wickets they end up losing early on. But they've really gone with the side based on batting. It makes me slightly concerned because of the fact that they might decide that they are going to, rather than focus on the bowling side of it, just go out there and try their best to not really leak too many runs. They're missing George Garner, they're missing Daniel Worrell. They are both the X-Factor players in the starting lineup as well. Ryan Bide is the 28th of the 1645 as well. Is that you, Sebastian? Sebastian's about that old, isn't he? Oh, no, he's 1,000 years. What would that make you, Sebastian? Did they used to say, like, oh, the year is second of the first 906? Like, did they used to say that? Because I feel like we got used to saying, like, 16, 19. Did they just used to go, like, literally the 600? So, like, oh, it's the year 645. I feel like that's a great question. I don't actually know the answer to that one. I've confused myself, which is always a good start to a live stream, because then you never know what is going to be coming out of the gullet throughout this one. But at the moment, I will mention the points one more time for the BBL. It is going to be currently sitting as follows. The table does have, at the moment, the Perth Scorchers. They are in first after their impressive win over the Melbourne Stars just then. 24 points they are sitting on. The Sixers sitting on 23. If they didn't have that no result game with the Melbourne Renegades, perhaps they would be sitting a little bit higher as well. And also we have got there, Ryan, if you were born in 1996, how are you? 29 years old as well, says Jay. That's a good point. That's well spotted, I guess you could say. In that regard, and also the Hurricanes, they are sitting on 17 points. The Thunder in 16, or sitting in fourth on 16, I should say. And you're younger than me, trucking as well, says that Sebastian there in the chat. And also the Heat sitting on 14, Stars sitting on 10. Adelaide Strikers, they have actually only won one game, but because of the way that they've been going, they've got themselves 5 bonus points as well. And he's full of a JAs. And there's Irish Spencer, but the Renegades at the moment are sitting on 7 points. They are at the bottom of the bunch, but they did get themselves a couple more extra points, I guess you could say there, because of that kind of matchup that they did have in regards to that. But at the moment, I would say next few games that are coming up, I'm just looking at them. The Stars versus Renegades, I feel like the Stars, I would have said they would be able to get out. He has a wife and a girlfriend as well. And also, I just watched the new Spider-Man movie. It is good as well, says Down Under Fishing. I know that David was mentioning it earlier on, and then the next time I do get a little bit of spare time, I should check it out. I haven't seen any of the other Spider-Man movies, though. Do you call it Spider-Man movies or Spider-Man movies? Spider-Man movie, I guess it is. Our prediction still available? Go for it, Sebastian. Well and truly, chuck it into fifth gear, see what you can get for the Thunder. In that regard, I could make the excuse that that's why I started so early, because I did want to let you guys get your predictions in, but I'll be honest, I thought this game started at 9. So I thought we didn't have much time to pretty much, I straight away transferred over from that other one, getting ready to go. I had a barley sugar, which is why I'm hyped up, rearing to go for this one as well. The Heat versus Sixers playing on January the 4th, sorry. 2 back-to-back games. That's going to be quite a big week of talking. By the looks of it, they're definitely like Saturday. Saturday's going to be no voice left for myself, but the games overlap, so I'll have to decide whether or not I'm going Renegades Thunder or Heat versus Hurricanes as well for that one. Let's go commentary. I'm from India as well, says MD, so welcome in to the live stream, mate. And yes, I've got 10 minutes as well. Says Robert, we do indeed, because at the moment, Amish started too early as well, but he's got plenty of drink left. So that's all you need, a little bit of water. As I said, I can only aspire to reach your age. All right, then, 195 Thunder. Fell a big total as well, said Sebastian. Do you want to get on your prediction as well, trucking down under? Pretty much, as if you guess it before the start of the innings, then if you do get the closest, you get 3 points. Second closest, 2 points. Third closest, 1 point as well. And then from there, we kind of add them all up. Thunder's are going to penetrate strikers as well, says Luke. I see. That's an interesting way of wording it. And also Thunder 167, and then the Strikers for 154 as well. Says Down Under Fishing for his prediction of this one. But at the moment, the young guns, Sanger and Davies, just looking strong in the last match up against the Adelaide Strikers. This was actually the game that did happen on New Year's Eve, like I was mentioning. Heat Hurricanes at the game that Morecakes is going through as well. Says Robert there, and I'm supporting Sydney Thunder there for Singh. And how many runs do you think they will get? Hey, in the stream and start at the right time as well in there. Says Amos Spencer. I mean, I kind of did that for the test match earlier on. And Jay, that's my second account for trolling channels as well in there. Wait a minute. Second account. Down Under Fishing. Wait, is that actually your second account? Trucking Down Under. Is it actually? Because if it is, that makes a little bit of sense. But I feel like it's more of the case of it's just a weird coincidence that you both have Down Under in there. But if it is, I didn't even realize it was you the other night, because you were here, weren't you? If I'm not wrong, for one of those ones the other night that we did have. And no, as I said, Down Under Fishing with twice. And there was, okay, maybe it's not. And that regard, trucking is pulling your leaf. I was thinking for a second, I didn't even put it together if it was. And that one, it is not as well. Says Down Under Fishing there. Chat, but at the moment, I would say Davies and Sanger are going to be doing decently. I feel like I'm very gullible at this time of night as well. Like it's 9 p.m. I've been up since the morning, so you guys could literally tell me anything. You could tell me that Ram Ranch is a musical, and I would probably end up believing you as well. And the F is going on, no matter. It's just joking. It says Trucking Down Under. I haven't actually, that's the thing, I haven't seen too many people with Down Under in the name as well. Anyone who hasn't already, I believe we've got a lot of predictions already. We've got 10 so far. We have had around that mark. 210 is the highest from Amos Spencer. 140 is the lowest from Kevin as well. And at the moment, we're going to have to wait and see whether or not we do end up with Ben Cutting Bats being able to score the most runs. I'm actually Sebastian Gramar, as well as Amos Spencer. Wait, so that would be the ultimate mind troll, because you've timed yourself out many times if that was the case, which is why I don't really believe it. Or else you're a very good storyteller in terms of the fact that you do come up with a lot of Romanian stories as well. But veteran Ben Cutting is exceptional opening the batting as well. They do say for Ben Cutting as the headline target. Will depend a lot on Rashid Khan. If he has a good day, tough to get 160 as well. Seth Kisher in the chat is not the same without Guraf. Hopefully he's here soon. And Sydney get 220 easy, says Luke. Yeah, in the chat. And Dan, be sure to get in your prediction. I assume you're saying somewhere near 160, but do give us an exact number. And then we will have to wait and see who was closest. I believe I said 170 or somewhere around that mark, which is probably wrong, but we will have to wait and see how it does go. But the Thunder versus the Strikers, first bat, it is going to be for the Thunder as well. You're predicting that. You get points as well. And there, says that Robert. And yeah, I think it is going to be interesting. 155, says that Dan for that prediction as well. And at the moment, we've got a few people reaching almost double figures in the points, which is pretty awesome. We had plenty of competition going on between it as well. Everyone's kind of sharing around those same kind of point regions, I guess you could say, for that one. But anyone who wasn't here at the start, when I was saying the Thunder lineup that they have gone with, it is Matthew Gilks, Ben Cutting, Jason Sanger, Sam Billings. Then also there they have got Oliver Davies, Daniel Sams, Arjun Nair, Chris Green as the captain for this one, and a little bit of off spin. They will be bowling alongside Arjun Nair. Both kind of bowl very similar styles, although he's a mystery spinner, I believe they call Nair, because he does try and hide that ball I thought, oh, I've gone big as well on 280. I reckon it's all. There are no nice, says Luke there. And then also Gurinder Sandhu, and then Saqib Mahmood, and then Muhammad Hisnain getting the opportunity. That is because of the fact that they are missing a couple of the other players that they would have loved to have 480, I think, as well on the SS Paddy Wagon. It's worth a shout, worth a go. That's the thing. Do you guys think you would like to see ODI live streams as well? Do let me know, because I know that ODIs normally go for about 8 hours or so. But I've been talking for 8 hours the last few days, so I've realised it's pretty much what I'm doing now. Who is going to win this match as well? I can tell you at the moment, according to the odds, 50% chance that the Thunder win it, 50% chance that the Strikers win it as well. It's dead even for this one. Neither side really have the advantage, although it will all depend on this power surge as well. And also, that is my actual prediction. Put it down as well. I mean, I can if you want. You win 195 as well, says Robert there. And the channel also, we have got the yes, please as well, says Paddy Wagon there. And there for the ODI, because I know that I pretty much marked every single thing in my calendar of international cricket that is coming up. We've got so many tours. I'm not going to be doing anything for Sri Lanka games because, unfortunately, they get your copyright striked and taken off YouTube. So we're not going to do that again, which is unfortunate, of course, because they were decent side to watch. And also, yes, please, ODI as well, says Robert in there as well. So the next ODI that we have got for ourselves, West Indies versus Ireland, I don't believe we will be doing, but we'll probably do. Where's our next big old series of ODIs? ODI South Africa versus India. I feel like could be a pretty cool one to watch. Although that goes to like 5 a.m., but that might be worth it. See how it goes for that regard. And also West Indies versus England in a T20 series. I'm excited for the amount of cricket that we got. It's going to be leading into February. There's just going to be everything. Our biggest T20 total was 278 runs. Afghanistan versus Ireland in 2019 as well. I think I've hit more than that on Cricket 19. Not on the hardest difficulty, though, because you guys saw me get bowled out twice for hardly any. But I did hit a 6 in the end, which wasn't going to be happening in that last one. So I will be taking it every day of the week, that is for sure. Unless if you are you, I almost said, but if you are new to the channel, Australia and New Zealand, end of January as well, says Robert. So yeah, that one definitely is going to be the one I'm looking forward to. It always starts a little bit earlier as well, since it is in Australia. And it does mean that I will be able to be up and down at a decent hour. Well, that one as well, which is always ideal because of the fact that sleep, believe it or not, it's quite important. Even though at the moment my sleep schedule is pretty much consisting of sleep for a little bit after my live streams and then go straight back into it and have another big day of talking. My voice, to be honest, has actually held up very well for today so far. Like, I don't even think, I can't really hear it because I'm saying it, but it sounds all right so far. As Umpire, I think Sydney Thunder will score 190 as well, says Ryan there for his prediction, so we will mark that one down as well. But at the moment, I feel like the Thunder, if they can fire at the top of the order, they're missing Alex Hales, they're missing Usman Khawaja, they're missing Alex Ross, but that's probably not a terrible thing for them because we saw the likes of a Jason Sanger stepping up in the last game, although normally when one player steps up, it's when they end up failing the next game. We need to keep that in mind, so it could be instead Sam Billings perhaps. Geez, that's warm. It's quite hot here at the moment, 20 degrees. That water's probably about 5. No, it's probably actually, about 15. At the moment, Cutting, making his way out to the crease. The opening batsman here for the Sydney Thunder up against the Strikers. And also, yeah, it's held up, I think, because of the water as well, says Robert. Yeah, I think hydration has been helping me big time throughout the last little while. At the moment, they're talking about the fact that they haven't got Timothy Sanger, who is missing from this one, but instead, they have still got, I love me some Sanger as well. And the only Sanger that they have got is Jason Sanger for this match. They are unfortunately missing the young spinner due to a positive case, I believe it was. But at the moment, just warming up behind the stumps, Harry Nilsson. I said Harry almost, don't I? I always call him Harry. I don't even know if he is Harry. We'll have to wait and see, I guess. At least now we are ready to go. Ben Cutting, he is going to be out there. 19 is his average, but that's because he was, for a long time, he was the all-rounder option as well. But Jilks at the other end, he seems to be getting off to a fiery start in the BBL. Doesn't mess around, has a strike rate of about 180, and we'll just keep on going and going and going. 124 so far for the BBL. I believe the last couple of matches he's tried to really up it as well. And Ireland banked 194 runs in the chase. Not the worst effort as well. I'll tell you what, sounds like a good batting surface to be able to go on. I wouldn't want to be a bowler. What were the most expensive economy figures? Sebastian, do you know how much it was? But Matt Short, he's going to get to open the bowling. The reason for that is because they haven't really got too many other options here for the Adelaide Strikers. They got Matt Short, they got Rashid Khan. They have also got themselves their pace attack. Although Daniel Worrell, I feel like him or maybe George Garden will be swapped in as an X-Factor player after the first 10 overs, perhaps. Just seeing what the surface does, whether or not they need an extra pace bowler or whether spin might be the way to go here, which I believe is what they have decided is the plan for this one. But Ben Cunning, he will be at the non-strikers end. Jilks will be on strike. Peter Siddle there, he's looking fired up for a side as well. We're at Spotless Stadium, also known as Sydney Showground Stadium. And we are ready to go here for the 32nd match of the BBL. And now it is going to be Short getting ready to go. Going to be bowling right arm round the wicket actually for himself here to the left-hander. Whips that through nicely, and that is going to be the dot ball straight away. We also got the out. Hamish, can I put in? Or can I please have 174? I will allow it in that regard because it was just before the first ball. It was. I just looked over a little bit later, and now, okay, I'm back now. Finally, I talk on stream with my stupid phone as well in there. Says Paddy Wagon. Oh, Rashid Khan, I think he just dropped a sitter there. Did he put that one down? Oh, now where's Zagar might have gotten a run out. Everything's happening here at the moment. And Bath versus Irish. Game has been called off. I did see that they have decided to get rid of that one. Right. Did Rashid Khan take this one? Oh, okay. He would have been able to catch that Rashid Khan, but he's put it down. And then from there, where's Zagar? Hit the stumps with it. He's asking how's that, but I don't believe it was a decent opportunity for one. Paul Sterling bowled an over, gave away 24 runs. So his economy rate was 24 as well. So Sebastian, wouldn't have liked to have his figures, I don't think. I don't know whether or not I've ever gone for 24 and over. I know I've been expensive at times, but I think I saved it with the wicket to be able to kind of turn it around just a little bit. Although normally, you know, if you don't get that wicket, it is hard over. It feels like forever that you're bowling just the 6 deliveries. Now Ben Cunning, he's going to be on strike. Still round the wicket. Brilliant delivery there from Short. Getting it to go straight across him. Almost a slider from Mr. Short there, who is on bowling duties for this match. He also is on opening batting duty, so he's having to do quite a bit here for the Adelaide Strikers match. Short leg side-ish, and that's going to be the first wide of the game now for the Adelaide Strikers. But in his last game, he was able to get himself 37 off 32 in this game, and I think he starred 280 for you, Hamish, as well. And there says Robert, and also 178 is my prediction as well, says Hamish. We'll check if that was your first original one. Your original one was 210, so which one are you going with, Hamish? Because you got 3 at the moment. You got 3 different options, so do let me know what one you are actually going with as well. Also, Kevin O'Brien, 35 runs and 2 overs bowled, 17.5 economy. How many wickets down were they at that stage? Sebastian, do let me know. But Darcy Short, Matt Short, I keep on calling him Darcy. And 210 as well, says Hamish Smith. Okay, so you are going with 210. I will go like that. We are rearing to go now. It's nicely played by Cutting. They will get through for the single, and that will be the end of the first over. Only 3 runs off it there for Matt Short, and that is going to be very nicely done. 3 for none here for the Sydney Thunder. Not really leaking too many runs there, Matt Short. And the more overs that he gets through, that he is less expensive. The less overs they've got to try and find later. It could have been the wicket on one of the first balls there. Rashid Khan, one thing that does let him down a little bit, I will say. He's the T20 player of the decade, but his hands are not, unfortunately, when it comes to the catching side of it rather than the bowling. He's holding his finger again. He's got a sore finger. At the moment, they are saying that he did lose his footing a little bit, which is why he wasn't quite able to get there, get to that one. But where's Agar now? Going to be the man who is ready to bowl. And I'm actually quite glad to see him back because he has been missing the last couple games. And also, I should mention only 18 runs from 278 were extras, and Brett Lee took 6 wickets in his first over when he started playing cricket under 13s. He opened the bowling. All his wickets were bowled out as well. That's a brilliant shot there from Cutting, and he has been able to get his first boundary of the day now. Races away, and that is going to be a very nice shot from Ben Cutting. 6 wickets in the first over. I feel like that sounds like when I used to play cricket, and it was the other team who were bowling us out for hardly any, I should say. You know it's bad when you're a number 9 batsman or so because you bowl a bit of spin and you're out there within about 5 overs. Normally that's not ideal, and it's a sign that you're possibly going to have a short day at the office there. But where's Agar now? Seven across the stumps. No. Ben Cutting not able to get it through the gap, and it is going to once again be the dot ball. At the moment, Agar, he's bowling at 128. He can actually get this one going a little bit quicker for him, but the bowling options, I've never actually worked out whether or not the bad is good for Ben versus Ben Cutting bowling options. So I believe they're saying you shouldn't bowl Short, but you should also bowl Khan and Ahmed. So I feel like they are the best options. They do say. I watched this documentary on YouTube as well, And there says Jay Hayes, is there any footage of him taking all the wickets, or is it just kind of from the scorecard type thing? Outside of the line there for Wezaga, trying to shuffle to the side, still having a run-out opportunity there. And that would have been a bit rough if that ended up hitting the stumps due to the fact that Wezaga and also Ben Cutting had a bit of a mix-up in the middle, and also QLAD. Oh, what do you think total as well? I think I said 170 as my total there, but Ben Cutting, he tried to whip it away to the side. Wezaga was in the way, and then from there they had a little bit, has to run around it, and then they still took on the shot at the stumps. Luckily, Ben Cutting, he was in, or else it could have been in a little bit of trouble. No footage. He just talked about it as well. Says like Jay Hayes, and also what was it? Cool Jay, as well, says Robert. And Jilks at the moment going to be on strike. 1 off 2 deliveries, Cutting sitting on 5 off 7 here for the Sydney Thunder. I mean, we saw an impressive power surge, or first 10 overs, I should say, for the Perth Scorchers, able to get 104 runs. Even the first 10 overs for the Melbourne Stars were decent. 187 was last total when they played Lila as well. And there says Robert, yeah, that was only a couple days away. It's kind of, I'm not sure how I feel about the back-to-back fixtures. And one side of it, I'm like, it is cool, because we get to see like both sides try and improve for that second game. But then on the other side, I'm like, I like seeing them spread out a little bit and not like back-to-back type thing. Because we have seen, I think it's for the Renegades or someone like that, how they play 2 games against one opponent, then the next 2 games they play against another opponent. Can't remember, Rob, what's about 9 months ago when I seen it as well. Shouldn't be too hard to find on here though. As well, says Jay, that is going to be the single for Jilks, who once again rotates it as well. Strikers have won just 1 of their 7 games in BBL 11. Is the little stat that I have put up on the screen, and it was actually one of their very first games as well for the Strikers. So I would say if they don't get the win here, they're in a lot of trouble. Here's an update. Also, Czech Republic versus Turkey, 278 runs as well. The game was not played in Romania as well. The kid, are you not? I kid you not. Seems like we have perfect batting surfaces. Oh, sorry, the game was played in Romania. That's a good shot. That's going to be another 4 runs for Ben Cutting. Man, who I said was going to be the top run scorer of the day. He's trying to help me out here and prove me right, but we will have to wait and see, of course, with Ben Cutting. He's got plenty of power, and he has been able to use it there. Racing away to the mid-wicket side. Can't really go a half length for Ben Cutting, or else he will end up punishing you. That's exactly what he did. But anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And also be sure to check out that sport channel that we have got in the pinned comment, as we are on the road to 1,000 subscribers on there and on the road to 10,000 on this one as well. Hitting him in the hip there, I believe it was, for Ben Cutting. It's going to be the end of the over. It ends up going for a total of 12 runs at the moment. Ben Cutting just trying to run off the pain of getting hit. And there is, and also as Alex Hales playing, says Siddhartha. He is not. Unfortunately, him, Alex Ross, and also Sanger are all out due to positive tests. I believe it was Brett Lee biography, his life and career. That is as well. JA's there. Oh, sorry, not JA's. Ben Cutting, I should say, does end up really feeling that one. You could hear him go, oh, when he did receive it as well. But 37 was actually his high score. That was last match up against the Strikers. Other than that, he's hardly got to double figures, although he wasn't opening the batting at that stage. So normally when he came out there, he just had to swing and try his best. He doesn't normally go at less than 100 strike rate very often at all, Ben Cutting. But now it is going to be Matt Short once again, bowling that one nicely on the legs. Whip down the ground. And it's going to be just the single, I believe. No, they do get back. Oh, it was a tight run for Cutting, though. As it could be Rob, as says Jay Hayes there. But Nelson at the moment, he is behind the stumps. He's a little bit similar to Darcy Short at the moment in regards of he doesn't quite seem to be able to get that strike rate ticking over at more than 100. And in a test match, it would be all right. But in a T20, you kind of need those runs in a hurry. And that's something he has been struggling to do just a little bit. And in the last few games, I think that was actually one of the reasons that they did end up losing that last game, is because they had too many players who weren't quite going over at that strike rate of 100 or more. But Ben Cutting at the moment, he's sitting on exactly the strike rate of 100, 11 off 11. The power play overs halfway through it. He's tried to get that one up in the air. He hasn't got all of it. It's just over the hands, though. And that is going to be 4 more runs for Ben Cutting. He moves up onto 15 now. Seems like he's in quite a hurry. Yeah, his brother Shane also played for Australia as well. Shane Lee. That name should ring a bell, but it doesn't, unfortunately. Cutting having a slap as well, says Luke there. And the chat, he is indeed slapping the ball all around the park. And also, bro, I think Ashish start tomorrow. Ash will start tomorrow. It is going to actually be not tomorrow, but the next day. Actually, no, not tomorrow, not the next day, but the next day after that is when the SCG is going to be being lit up for it as well. And also, Perth Scorchers 177 over, and Perth Scorchers 100% as well, says JM. Tell you what, because I don't mind it, I'm going to let him have that as his prediction. If no one else has got 177, that is now his prediction. JM is going for 177. He's trying to beat everyone. And yeah, it was Shane as well. He's that trucking down under. Was he any good? And was he also a bowler or was he more of a batsman? That's going to be nicely hit down the ground from Jilks using the feet. And that is going to be another 4 rounds. Another 4 runs at high in the chat. 100% hello in the chat. The English going horribly at the moment as well from a wee cricket. Yeah, it's not looking too flash at the moment for them. But hopefully they can go on and get a decent performance in this next game that is coming up as well. And should I unhype that as well, says Sebastian? Depends how close he is to getting it right, I guess. Could be the point made there. But yeah, we will, of course, have to wait and see how it goes. All-rounder, I think, says Jay Hayes. Yeah, I guess that's the thing. When you've got someone like Brett Lee constantly bowling to you, you're always going to be able to get, I guess, relatively decent at batting or also maybe struggle with batting. I feel like maybe you ended up in that decent category as well. That is going to be 30 for none after the 3 overs here. Doing very nicely for themselves here. Jilks looking solid. So Shane was classed as an all-rounder, mate, as well. And there's Seth trucking down under. Was he in the team at the same time as Shane? Do let me know. And also, if he gets it right, maybe the league is rigged as well. Says Sebastian, imagine that. They've been trying to tell us for about 5 weeks that it is like not actually the real, I guess you could say, not actually the real situation of being like a real league, I guess you could say. As well, so who knows? Maybe it could be the case. We have to wait and see. Of course, what I will quickly do is I will check the likes that we are sitting on at the moment. Anyone who is new, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel as well. We have got there, they were both a New South Wales team at the same time as well. And then also we have got there, he was an all-rounder known for his hard batting and medium pace bowling as well. Okay, medium pace bowling and his hard batting. I feel like that's a perfect combination with the pace that he does offer up in terms of Brett Lee's bowling. Because that's the thing, I saw him bowl on cricket, or not cricket day, Christmas day as they like to call it, rather than cricket day. And he ended up bowling a Yorker to his son, and he just absolutely ripped it straight through, I believe it was, as well, which is an interesting one to end up with. And at the moment now, Ben Cutting, he is going to be still ready to go. Sitting on 16 or 14 as well. I'm pretty sure that memory, they played a couple of days, 1 days together as well. And there, or from memory, I should say, and he was an all-rounder known for his hard batting. Says it right, and also it's also scripted like pro wrestling. They've been trying to warn us as well. And True Truckin says J8, if they do actually end up with exactly 177, I don't know what I'm going to think as well. Like if they somehow do it, I would be concerned on all kinds of levels if they have absolutely nailed it there. I feel like I'm about to sneeze. That would be slightly unfortunate. The moment that's going to be nicely played down to the man. Oh, slippery out there by the looks of it. And that is going to be just the single as well. But to whoever mentioned about the English side, because I know that we have got a few changes happening in the Australian team. As a Kiwi, I've already heard a little bit about it. But who would you change in the English side as well? This is for everyone. So who would you go with? And True Truckin as well, says Jay Hayes there. And at the chat as well. And also we've got there Shane debuted in 1995, Brett Lee in 2000 as well. Also, he's actually the older brother of him as well. And have you ever sneezed and farted at the same time as well, says Jay Hayes. Not that I'm aware of, but I feel like that would be quite a skill. Being able to kind of, I guess, time the, or not time the air, but kind of work on the pressure release at the same time, because I feel like that's a dangerous game to play if you are trying to do a little bit of both at the same time. Oh, slippery out there, unfortunately, for the man and the deep. I didn't realize there was much rain. As I was like, no, mate, I'm not that talented as well. So he's trucking down under. I feel like it would take a lot of talent, wouldn't it? Because, like, I feel like someone's probably said, like, I've tried to sneeze and I tried to fart, but that's close to LBW, but down outside leg, I believe, and now, oh, Wes Agar's trying to clean up the man with the ball. Well, looks like there's every English player but Root and Anderson should be changed. As well, says Luke. So I assume you're bringing in Stuart Broad, Dom Bess, etc. I mean, it would have been an LBW if it wasn't in line with the stumps. Peter Siddle wanted it, didn't actually get it in the end. And I believe that was because it was just going outside of the leg stump. At the moment, Ben Cutting, Peter Siddle, these two men have been doing very decently for themselves. 2 dismissals actually in favour Oh, that's bang. That's gone. That's gone. That's going to be the sixth there for Ben Cutting. That's not going to be a dismissal. The man in the crowd dropped it as well. And Hamish dedicates his talent to the helicopter as well. And I couldn't imagine the end result would be good as he's struck it down under. Yeah, I think it would end up with a bit of a, I want to say a messy situation, but that sounds bad, but it is going to be bad if you try and do it as well. Also, Johnny Besto can stay. He's far better than Ollie Pope as well, says Sebastian there. Yeah, hopefully they do end up, I guess, finding that winning combination, because if it's going to be raining a lot of the days, they need quick wickets for themselves. Sports has said, when did Ben Cutting start opening the batting? Was he a lower order bat as well? Says Sports yeah, he was an all-rounder at the start, but unfortunately, due to Alex Hales missing, it does mean that Cutting, they needed someone to step up. He said, yep, I'll be doing it. And he's actually been looking very sharp since becoming an opening batsman as well. Would you say there's more cricket or rugby in free-to-air TV in New Zealand? Oh, that's a good question. I think we get a little bit more free-to-air rugby. I want to say we get one game a week, but then same with the cricket. And I'm back, says Artwood. Welcome into the live stream, mate. I don't think I've seen you for about, geez, it's almost been since last year almost. So I hope you are well as well. And also we've got there, maybe I should I should choose the 180s worth the crack, although Fawad Ahmed normally very economical. And the thing is, he doesn't really get a huge amount of wickets normally, Fawad Ahmed. He just bowls a very good line and length and does end up, I guess, being more of a compressor of the run rate rather than a out-and-out wicket taker, similar to what you would call maybe a Rashid Khan. And that's why those two balance each other very nicely, because of the fact that they have got the two options. Guess who's back again? Shady back, tell us some friends as well. And also, and you give Dom Bess a chance for spin bowling. What do you have to lose at this stage? Might as well give it a go as well. Yeah, I'd like to think that they give everyone a run in Australia, just because if they've had to go on the plane, they've had to quarantine, they've had to do all of that side of it as well. So just give them a little run round. See how it goes. At the moment, Cutting is sitting on 24 of 18 deliveries. Jilks sitting on 11 of 8. Both men going at a strike rate of more than 100. And that is going to be important for the Sydney Thunder. They'll be looking towards that 190 minimum, I think, here on the sevens. It's looking like a good one. It's going to be nicely played. Once again by Jilks. Not happy with the way that he played it, but I don't know where else he would have been able to hit it. But Fawad Ahmed bowls that one at 100 Ks. So he's starting to get into the triple figures here for Fawad Ahmed. Warming up like he's a pace bowler at the moment. I'll say the muscles probably do take a little bit of warming up. He is, I believe, one of the oldest players in the BBL at this current time. It is going to be Tom Kelly feeling that one in the deep and does throw it back in. And Rory Burns, Crawley, Milan, Roots, Stokes, Butler, and there as well. And Bairstow, Wokes, Bess, Anderson, and Broad. Says it was from Robin. And also we've got there's M&M in the chat as well. Says trucking down under, maybe, if we're lucky. Might bring some of his mum's spaghetti. It will be all right. And also, what about international cricket and rugby as well? The international cricket and rugby games on free-to-air only replays. I believe we get a replay on Prime for the All Blacks games about 2 days later, or about 24 hours after the games are played. But other than that, that's a shot. Jilks has just hit it down the ground, and that's going to be 6 more runs for them at the moment. That is the first 6 of the day. That's a lie. There's been 2, hasn't there? Didn't Cutting just smash one? Yeah. They've got the stats wrong a little bit there. They ticked it over to say that there's only 1 6, but there are 2 as well. And I Hamish, no fish, mate. How's the cricket as well? Says David the Mod. I guess it's a little bit similar to the Black Caps. No wickets, other than I think they just got the 1 in the end. But so far, we've had the Perth Scorchers win their game. Black Caps, they are under a little bit of pressure. What a 6-6-6 as well in there. Here's Hamish Spencer. But yeah, Jilks using the feet nicely. Smacks it way down the ground there. Spotless Stadium. They didn't quite make the boundary big enough for him. They needed it in the grandstand. And need to send the England team to Ram Ranch to harden the buff as well. And also we have got there beautiful as well. Says Hamish Spencer. And also we have got there, so you're having fish, having chips for tea without the fish as well. That Netflix special would sell as well, says Sebastian. The thing is, people love reality TV, so it probably would. But at the moment, Cutting here sitting on 25 of 19. Rashid Khan now he is going to be rearing to go now. He was actually racking up the Sydney Thunder last time. It was Ollie Davies who hit him for 6, and Rashid Khan just got right in his ear and kept on going on to him as well. This is the Cutting we love to see as well, says Luke. Yeah, at the moment, looking very solid. Rashid Khan there. A little bit leg side-ish, and Cutting whips it away for the single. He's got a couple men deep on the leg side. Rashid Khan, and Netflix is terrible as well, says Hamish Spencer. Where do you watch all of your videos on, Hamish? Do let me know and get A double David as well, says Jay Hayes there in the chat. But yeah, hopefully next time you do end up going fishing, you will be able to get yourself a little bit. How old do you reckon Rashid Khan is? He is actually 23, because we did look it up a little bit earlier on in the day, because I was saying that he kind of looks like he's way older than 23, but he's actually only just older than myself. Any Pakistan player in the BBL, there are actually plenty that they have got. Harris Ralph playing in that last game for the Melbourne Stars, and also another one to mention is definitely going to be Mohammad Hasnain. Now, you might remember that name from the past, and that is because he has been phenomenal for Pakistan, and he has been able to get himself the first international hat trick as the youngest player, I guess you could say. As Cunning's falling over there a little bit. Because of it, they will just get the one. But yeah, youngest T20 international player to be able to get himself the hat trick, and stand all the way as well. Says Amy Spencer, we don't actually have that here, so I can't watch it, unfortunately. At the moment, to be fair, I haven't actually watched anything on Netflix since starting my YouTube channel. I don't think I've had kind of like that spare time, because I always end up, if I'm editing something, I can't concentrate on like a movie or something like that. I always have to, I guess, just sit here and listen to like a quiet bit of music. It's all nicely bowled by Rashid Khan. They are going to get the single though, once again, but they won't be minding that too much as long as they keep on ticking over a few runs here. They have not got a single wicket. I did actually mention, I'd say he's at least 30 as well. And they said Siddhartha, he is 23. He's a youngster. And also we've got their stand as the Kiwi and the rugby and TV shows as well. Says Matthew Giltz is the same age as you Kiwi lads as well. So he is 22. Is he? He looks like he's about 25, I guess. But I guess at this stage, they are breeding them young at the moment in terms of into the cricket world. That's going to be hit down the ground once again. Rashid Khan, very economical over, only going for the 4 runs of his first one. And now after 6 overs, it will be 52 for none. That's a good idea, mate, as well. And then hello, Jay Hayes. How's it going, buddy? And at the chat, and he's 22, as well, says Robert there. So I assume that's Matthew Jilks as well. And standards like Netflix, but with sport as well. And there says Amy Spencer, and also who watches TV these days. Not turn my TV on in 5 years as well. Yeah, I think the last time I actually sat down and watched TV for more than like 30 seconds, because normally I have to change it over because of the fact that, that's pretty much that situation. That's a good shot that they were just showing there for Ollie Robinson. Or sorry, not Ollie Robinson, Ollie Davies was the name there as well. But yeah, I don't think I've ever turned it on for more than like a few seconds, pretty much. And also we have got there, we welcome Australia team in Pakistan as well, says Sports World. I think they are actually going to have a tour relatively soon, aren't they? And also we have got there, bro, what is your prediction? As I says, Ryan, I did say 170 runs here for them. And how old are you? As I says to Arthur, I am 22 years old. Fawad Ahmed there. Advancing to him was Jilks, and he has worked it away to the league side. Once again for the single, I watched the Euros last year on the tally. Pretty good coverage, but haven't tuned in, or I haven't tuned in for it since. I turned it on since, I should say. Or actually, does TV count as... like, because I'm currently watching, actually, it would have been the Olympics probably the last time that I actually watched TV. Because I guess I'm watching slightly TV, but I'm watching it on demand TV 30 seconds later. As Thunder 4 for 160 as well. So Shannon Humphries there. And also 22nd or 21st of August 1999 is his birthday. As well, there says Robert, and also Ryan Bro. And good thanks, Double David. I hope you're well, mate, in there. Oh, and Ahmed. Did you not hit that one? I swear I heard a little noise. As hello, Sebastian. And the chat to from or the for David to Sebastian is the order that we have got there. At the moment, Jilksy is sitting on 21 of 17, cutting at the other end, sitting on 28 of 22. Once again, using the feet, a little bit uppish. But he is going to be working it nicely to the mid-wicket side as well. He struck it very nicely, but it is going to be fielded in the deep. It still looks slippery in the outfield. Hello, David. Good vibes as well. I'm Brian, watching Intense Sports. As I says, Ryan, and also Happy New Year as well. Sister, right back at you, mate. I hope you do enjoy your 2022. And hopefully everyone does manage to achieve their goals for 2022 as well. I did set some, but I'm not too sure how many of them are going to be finished by the end of it. That's going to be a shot from cutting down the ground. And that looks big. That looks very big, and cutting does end up hitting it all the way for 6, and he moves up to 34. And also we've got the hello, lads. I'm back. I get some up and go, only one as well. Says Brandon, that is a good idea. Don't have another 5. And also, Ryan Bro, I'll give you $5 if you don't say the word bro for the rest of the stream as well. Says Ryan, then also, how are you watching the BBL when it's not on 10, it's on 9 as well. Says Robert, I believe he's in a different country. So because of that, it would mean that it is on a different channel. I would think more than likely, but that is a big shot down the ground. Nicely hit there from Ben Cutting. Strikes it nicely. Says, yep, that'll do. It's gone all the way, and that is going to be the end of the 7th over now. Already up to 63 runs. Current run rate of 9 as well. Bro Ben Cutting score half century as well. Says Ryan, he is getting close. in that regard. But I did say that he was going to be top run scorer, so hopefully I am right. I was going to say that Rashid Khan will be leading wicket taker for the Adelaide Strikers. I'll stick with that for now. It's going to be now. Where's Agar, though? Being brought back into the bowling attack. Did you know 7 becomes 9 as well? And there says Robert there. And also we have got the after the live stream as a meeting as well. And there been cutting half century. Tell you what, Jilks could also go on and get himself the half century. Now, I did mention it before the game. The best that a side has been able to do is get the 1. As I only owe me $5 now, bro. And there says Jay Hayes. Although he might have already had it tight before that. So I'd say from here on out, Jay might be a good way of going. Currently 64 for none after the 7.1 overs. They are trying to work their way towards around that 90 mark before we get to the end of the first 10. Then I've got a power surge, and it is all about when you take it. Well, you know that the Adelaide Strikers do struggle with picking the time to take their power surge. To sit down the ground there from cutting straight to the man, though. And it is going to be just the dot ball as I did it straight to mid-off, which I believe is the veteran Peter Siddle. Like I mentioned, he's been a little bit expensive recently, Peter Siddle. Also, who owes me $5 as well? And after you call after this live stream, as I said, Brandon, it does sound like it is the plan. But Peter's still going for 7 in his first over on Discord as well. Says that Brandon there, but cutting, sitting on 34 of 24. I owe you 5 minutes. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I normally know where that one's going. Gonna be straight up in the air from cutting. I might have jinxed it big time. Who wants it? Who wants it? He's got it as well. And John Wells takes it, and cutting goes for 34. You have a commentator curse as well. I do indeed, he may. Watch the WWE, Brandon. As I says right there, also we have got there chat from Seb, or to Seb, I should say. That's not ideal. And Happy New Year. Love from Pakistan as well, says Sports World. Yeah, at this stage, I know that there is going to be, who are Pakistan playing next? I know that it's actually just around the corner, and we are going to be covering some of their games on the channel as well. So if you are new, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. No, I won't as well. And he's gone. Says Luke down. What is your favorite online and offline game? Robert Azar and Outgarav. And there says Jay Hayes. I miss them already. You know, it's a new year. And we've only seen one message from her. And did I do, bro? I just put a bet on 1 million you offer as well. Says Shane, or sorry, says Hamish Spencer. And Hamali has said hi as well. Welcome into the live stream, mate. Hope you're doing well. Jason Sanger now. His average at the moment in the BBL is 116.5. That's pretty impressive. Strike rate of 150 as well here. So he did have a very special innings last time he was up against the Adelaide Strikers. They did win the toss to Sydney Thunder, so I feel like if they can keep on going towards 180, 190, 91 runs not out for Jason Sanger in his last innings after 55 balls. Say hi to James as well. And he says Donovan, so hello, James. Hope you're doing well, mate. And did I, bro, in the chat? Or did I do, bro? Says Amish Spencer, but at the moment here, Hagar picks up 1 wicket. Oh, that is going to be a dead ball. James is a Muppet as well, says Jay Hayes. We don't know James. We don't know who James is. James might be James Tedesco. Would you call James? Wait, depends on which NRL team you go for, doesn't it, Jay? Do you go for the Roosters, Jay? So if you don't, then probably not. And also online, it's going to be Cricket 22 and offline Farming Simulator 22. As I says Robert there. Charging him once again. Where's a little bit leg side issue? He was about to appeal, but then realized it was a mile down leg and that he would have just been wasting a little bit of oxygen shouting out at it. But now Jason Sanger, he's going to be on strike, been cutting the last wicket of this innings, the first wicket as well. 34, I have a girlfriend and a wife as well. Says Amish Spencer, lucky man. Indeed. Do they know about each other? Because I feel like that's the tricky part, you know? It's all very well and good having one of each. James Tedesco in the chat as well. You put all the celebrities in here as well. Yeah, we have Michael Hooper, Aaron Smith, Marcus Smith earlier on, all the Smiths. Conrad Smith, he wasn't about, unfortunately. Would like to interview him at some stage, though. No run for Jason Sanger. And also we have got there Cock-a-doodle-doo at Ram Ranch as well for the Roosters. Okay, so you're not a fan of the Roosters, I assume there. Could you think lads about rugby on 5-day after game after game is going to up all night and all day are going to be live as well. Also, once you get your copyright strike removed, I assume you're just going to go live for 50 minutes. I'm sorry, 50 hours, I should say, rather than minutes. You could try 50 minutes for a start, see whether or not they do try and strike it again. Hello, I'm Marcus Smith as well. And there says Amish Spencer. Nicely done there for Jason Sanger. Moves up onto 1 run off 2 deliveries. That is a good over, though, for Wes Agar. Only going for the 3 runs and also picking up the important wicket of Ben Cutting as well. Oh, interesting. Okay, we just did a little bit of information. So pretty much, I am actually going to just Google this. A moment. Okay, and this year's Big Bash as well. Sam Billings, George Garton, Alex Hales, Zaki Mahmood, James Vince. They are all going to have to go back to England. Ladies and gentlemen, I checked official Aaron Smith's channel straight after 0 subs as well. And there's Sebastian. We did have Wee Cricket in the chat a little bit earlier on. And I think as a moderator, you can see how many subs our channel has. Do you want to check that one, Sebastian? See how many subs it is sitting on? Because if it's the real Wee Cricket, it's about 300,000, but I don't think it was the real one as well from earlier on. Because I think, yeah, that is one thing that's new with YouTube is mods can check channel sizes now, I believe. A well played Ben Cutting as well. What? And there says Amos Spencer. Yeah, pretty much the English players, they have to leave the Big Bash. Unfortunately, the ones who are selected, they all have to go home at this stage. So they can kind of isolate themselves. As well, we have got their Which channel as well, says Sebastian. It is called Wee Cricket as well. But I think you have to look at you have to look at the actual channel from earlier on in the day. I can tell you what time it was sent as well. The message, it was sent at a total of not then at 9:25 p.m. New Zealand time, which was about 20 minutes ago. And hey, you as well. And this is Brandon. And Donovan, tell your friend, I just shut up. And can you please say fast as fat boy as well in there? And also, tell you what, let's go and quick and find out what you want to do about in your life that is not the most important thing to you or not. And you are a good friend. And you are the only person who you will be able to. That's a quote from myself straight out of the heart, I think. I was talking about my quotes earlier on. I feel like that's pretty decent. Tom Abel went home already, the Kiwi lads as well. Yes, I see James Vince, Sam Billings, he's going to be a big hit for the Thunder as well. But they have been asked to leave the competition immediately. Jason Sanger is going to be going all right as well. And also White Time Mills and Laura Evans went home as well, says Ryan. That is the exact same reason, because of the fact that they are going to be having to get home so that they can tour the West Indies when it is coming up. So they have to quarantine for quite a wee while for themselves. And also we've got an inspirational that has changed my life as well. I understand it as well. 329K subscribers Wee Cricket has, yeah, although I don't know whether or not it was a real one or it was a fake one. Well, nice sweep shot there from Sanger. And also we've got that Wee Cricket, no videos, no subs. That makes more sense. I was thinking, nah, it's not the real ones. I know that they were trying to call it out and be like, oh, it's England, look at England. But I feel like straight away, I feel bad because I think the real Rugby Pass came on and we kept on calling them a fake Rugby Pass. So they'll probably never contact me. As OMG, Mr. Squiggles as well. And there says David Amon, and also how much do I have to have and told all of my YouTube as well? Says Brandon, I think you've mentioned quite a bit of it, but you will be able to mention a bit more later on as well. At the moment, the Thunder, they are sitting 71 for 7. That's a lie. 71 for 1 here after the last little while. But anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. So that's actually pretty cool that you can actually check out how many subscribers and videos that certain channels have, because I guess it's a good way of working out which ones are spammers and which ones are the real deal type thing. At the moment, Rashid Khan, he's going to be brought back into the bowling attack now up against Jason Sanger. This is a big wicket. If he can somehow pull it off here, Rashid Khan, he will certainly have his tail up. Put it there, a little bit of spin, but once again, too short. It is what the way the real Rugby Pass came on. Shark Brain called them fake. I got rid of Shark Brain now. It is Sebastian there. And also, we have got there. I wish I was, so I I cannot see. Interesting, Donovan. That's a weird way of looking at it. I sent you the real one on Discord as well, says Robert. Yeah, I know that the real one is sitting over 300,000 ads on. Even my Google Translate can't understand most of the messages in chat as well. It's a good point. Oh, tell you what, that was almost a catch it slip from the reverse sweep. No boundaries for 15 balls at the moment, almost here for the Sydney Thunder. Jilts He's going to be at the non-strikers end, sitting on 27. And I feel like ever since Sanger came to the crease, they haven't actually scored a boundary, which is something they won't want. They'll probably want a few of them. Oh, that's gone straight up from Sanger. He's gone. And Rashid Khan gets the wicket now. And Sanger, he will be disappointed with that one. Like I mentioned, normally when you go from a high, you go straight to a low. We've seen it for McDermott. Double centuries, back-to-back, golden duck, or second ball duck, or whatever it was. At the moment, Peter Siddle, he's got a big smile on his face because Rashid Khan, he has been able to get that one as well. He's saying that there was plenty of spin on that ball, but Fawad Ahmed, his fellow Afghanistan player, was able to take the catch as well. Jono Wells just giving him a little bit of a pat on the back there. Rashid Khan picks up his man and Sanger. 6 runs off 9 deliveries, caught by Fawad Ahmed and a bowl by Rashid Khan. And now they are going to be sitting there 73 for 2. And also we have got there, it had the official tick from YouTube. I checked the channel when it was in the chat. It was a real run with 104 subs or 104k subs at the time or so as well. And also we've got that good catch. Fawad Ahmed says Ryan there in the chat. And also the little emoji from Donovan there with a picture of a hamster, I believe it is. Have you guys ever had a pet hamster? Do let me know. I don't actually think I've had any other pets other than a stick insect and a cat. Although the stick insect was dead by the time I got to it, but that was because my girlfriend left it in her lunchbox all afternoon. So it ended up suffocating. Which is why I've never had a stick insect again. Or a girl. No, I haven't had a girlfriend since that point. That was a hard one to swallow, you know. I see bowl there by Rashid Khan going down leg, though. He's a little bit disappointed. He can't believe it, but I was missing the stumps, I believe, there for Rashid Khan. And also, Donovan likes to shower at Ram Ranch as well. And there says Jay Hayes. It's a popular location, tourist attraction. It's relatively close, that one. Rashid Khan, he was open and he was going, what hell is that? Not going to be the wicket, but they will be going upstairs, of course, afterwards to be able to show us whether or not it was closer than anticipated. Hit back down the ground, and that's going to be another dot ball at the moment. Leave that 16 balls in a row, and not that dodgy story again, Irish as well. There's Sebastian, also Hamish Howell, New Zealand accent. It's different from Australia, England, and US accent as well. Says coding. So pretty much New Zealand, we're kind of more, I guess, quick with the way that we speak. Type thing in terms of like we don't really drag out words and whatnot. Whereas in Australia, you got a little bit more of a, I call it a twang, but that's not the right term. Like I'm kind of trying to do an Australian accent at the moment, and it's a little bit longer in the way that they say words. And then, I mean, UK is quite a tough one, depending on what region of the UK you're from. And then Americans very tough to be able to say, because we don't really talk like Americans here. And Silverwood found a COVID positive as well. Yeah, he's going to be missing from the Ashes. So coding, surely you can differentiate the American from the Kiwi accent as well. And Donovan, I ate my favorite fish yesterday for lunch. What was its name? Trucking down under. Can I just call him Donna? As well, this is Jay. I mean, it's an option, I guess. Or Don. You could go Don, similar to Don Bradman, the all-time great. And hi in the chat from Danusia as well. Welcome into the live stream, mate. I hope you are doing well at the moment. There have been 2 wickets falling and trucking. That was with Greg as well. And there says J.A. My dad actually caught 2 fish yesterday, which he did all right overall. He was the one who was able to catch the 2. Someone else caught 1. And now they're sitting in our fridge all filleted and ready to go. Ready to rumble as well. But at the moment, it's weird. The time is only sitting 9:53. It feels early, even though I've been up all day. I'm looking forward to some food, though. Like, I will end up eating food after the live stream and just having a big old feast like I am a king. Chips and chicken popcorn or something along those lines. And then I'll end up going to bed. Seems like a good idea. And Jay always bullies me in the chat as well. And then Donna said some better as well. And trucking, that was with Greg as well there. Although I will say my mum's name's Donna, so it's kind of an overlap, I guess you could say there as well. And what trucking said reminds me of the story with the thick as pig, my thick as pig mate. So trucking always tells fibs in the chat as well, says Jay Hayes. Seems to be quite a rivalry there at the moment. Do you guys both follow NRL? And if so, who are your 2 teams? Are you like one of you from Queensland, one of you from New South Wales or something? So then it's kind of like that big old rivalry transfers over. I'm not too sure. I feel like I'm terrible at regions in Australia. I think I could name all NRL teams. Actually, I'm not going to say that because I probably couldn't. And also, we've got there Pereira, bro. You're from Sri Lanka, and there as well for Pereira there in the chat. And at the moment, it is going to be Matt Short. He's actually bowled 3 overs so far, gone for 23 runs, but they need him to bowl out because they haven't got many other options, unfortunately, for their options. And in this one, the run rate 7.3. It's not going too badly here. I see Bolden is going to be one more. No, Jay lives across the road from you. Well, did you like do something to your front lawn or something? That sounds real dodgy, doesn't it? And I'll say yeah as well. Says Danusia there in the chat as well. At the moment, it's sitting 74 for 2 here, and at this first innings. I think 160's minimum here, but Billings, he started off very well, got 44 not out, then 43, 64, 67. That's what he has been able to do so far, and also we know each other from another Aussie YouTuber, me and Tricken, are just having a laugh at each other as well. And then also we have got there in the chat, everyone, just tell who you are watching it from as well. I am from India as well. Says it coding there, and also we have got there, we were at a restaurant and a woman from the table next to us ordered the fish of the day. He genuinely got upset. He said, I wanted this. As well, says Sebastian. Wait, did they only have one fish of the day? Or did he say it loud enough that she heard? I remember I sneezed at a golf course. That sounds like a random thing come out with it. Pretty much, it was like a professional like golf tournament, and the family all went to it. And this was when I was like 7 or something like that. And right when a guy was about to do a shot, I sneezed like super duper loud, and then everyone in the crowd started laughing. And unfortunately, I don't think that guy actually took a shot in the end at that moment, but it was the wrong time for a sneeze as well. And also Kushil Pereira equals me as well. And there, but that's going to be nicely played once again by Billing, just sticking it over at 1 run a ball. And truth be known, I'm sitting in the lounge next to him drinking beers as he's stuck it down under. And it was the fish of the day. Only had the one. Only hit the one. Is on there. I feel like that went over my brain for a second, but now I understand it. I feel like I'm a bit slow. Of course not. But he thought it was actually one. I also remember accidentally, like as a child, I have some weird stories. Pretty much, I was on a bus in Wellington, and my parents, they were with us. We were on the bus. Someone next to the street. This was back when, like, I guess it was a little bit less common, and like there was a lady on the side of the road. But by a lady, I mean it was a man dressed as a woman as well. So pretty much I ended up saying to my mum quite loud on the bus when I was like 3, I was like, Mum, why is that man dressed like a lady? And then it's the same situation. Everyone on the bus started laughing because, I had called out the man. So if he wasn't fooling a 3-year-old, I don't think he was fooling anyone else. We have got there how much minutes to go. I do go on long as well, says Brandon. I would say we've still got another 2 hours, 2.5 hours, somewhere around there, I would say, after only 11 over 78 for 2 here, and meaning they only ate the one fish as well. And it says Jay, and trucking dresses as a woman all the time. So says that Jay Hayes there in that chat. At the moment, Billings, he's sitting on 3 or 4 jilts, sitting on 29 of 28. And the run rate is sitting at 7.09. Forward arm now being brought back in, and the strain is turning. This strain is turning into just a general chat as well. It is a little bit at this point in time. I feel like I don't mind it though. Like we always end up talking about a whole heap of random stuff on these live streams, and some people are like, "Oh, go back to like the cricket a little bit more." But then I'm kind of like, we're talking about other stuff as well. The scoreboard's still updating, which does mean we're all right. But forward arm here, he is going to be bowling the 12th over. He makes me sandwiches as well, says JAs. What's your sandwich of choice, ladies and gentlemen? Do let me know. I think I've asked that before, actually. That's going to be a cut shot. It's going to be just the one once again. I don't think we've had a boundary in the last like 4 overs. I dress a woman so they can talk to me as well. Wait, I dress a woman so they can talk to me. So wait, Amish Spencer, are you saying I dress a woman so they can talk to me, right? So are you dressing up a woman, or are you dressing up as a woman so that they talk to you? I feel like I'm a bit confused there. That's going to be off the edge of Jilks. Races away to the boundary, and that is the first boundary we've seen in a little while there. Father as well. Jilks, he moves up onto 33. The last 20 balls, we've had 17 runs and 1 wicket, and the run rate has not gone very big at all. And ham and cheese sarnie classic as well. And then tuna lettuce sandwich, and not all the time, only when I lose a bit and have to mow his front lawn and address as well, or lose a bet, sorry, and have to mow his front lawn and address as well. And also he dresses up his blow-up doll as well. says Jay Hayes. My one's still in my room, but that sounds bad, but it is Kieran. You guys know Kieran, of course. The giant inflatable All Black. He's quite large. He just sits there on my seat. What's your name as well? Says, I don't know, my name is Hamish. And yeah, pretty much cricket, rugby is the way to go. And that was the way that we go. I just wanted to live stream as well. And this is Brandon. You could try out a live stream. See how it does go. See if it works. I dress as a woman so they can talk to me. As well says Hamish Spencer. Smart. You got to think outside the box. His name is Edinburgh as well. And it says Jay Hayes, but Flower Army at the moment. 6 runs over the first 3 deliveries of his over. It's going to be dragged down. Billings strikes it beautifully, but straight out to the man at mid-wicket. Still a bit slippery out there. And also we have got the, do you dress up like a woman as well? And the doll, my doll has a punk shirt at the moment. How do you manage that trucking? Although I think I have a little bit of an idea possibly. And also, shall we send Kieran to Ram Ranch as well? And I can't do nothing as well, says Brandon there. And they as well, of course, because they still haven't quite removed it. Hopefully it does. No, I dress a woman. As says Hamish Spencer, wait, so you dress a woman, do you know the woman, or do you just say, no, I'm going to dress you? And then they're like, oh, yeah, all right. And then you just have a chat. Don't do that, ladies and gentlemen. Please subscribe for 9K as well, says Adenuja. Yeah, we are getting extremely close to that 9,000 subscriber mark. We are currently sitting on around 30 or 40 subscribers away. So we're getting close. I help them as well. Says Hamish Spencer, and also trucking heads into the Bridgestone, for a puncher repair as well. Well, advancing there down the ground. Great shot from Jelks, and that races away to the boundary. So he is now actually sitting top run scorer. As I was thinking about getting a call out, mate, to get that puncher fixed as well. And subscribe to Kiwi Lads Gaming as well. And there, Seth Brown there. And son, you're a cross dresser as well, says David. And also we have got the, I'm joking as well, says Aaron Spencer there. Wait, so are you joking about both parts or only one of them? I'm confusing myself. Tell you what, you're confusing everyone else as well. Jelks just aims straight down the ground as well. Coming on YouTube as well. And Tanuja up here on Why Sri Lankan YouTubers give her straight on content creator like Amish's country. Our channel also received strike from country. I don't think we can blame one fellow in the chat from Sri Lanka, though. It was actually a big organization for the cricket side of it. So it is all good. I, of course, don't have a grudge against Sri Lankans or anything like that. And Spencer dresses the mannequins at the clothing shops as well. And there says JAs, and also we have got the I just want to live stream as well, says Brandon. You could end up live streaming on maybe your second channel, but then I assume that you don't want to get that one striked as well. Peter Settleban brought back in. The streamer's called Feral as well, and there says that trucking down under. It's gone down all different directions. Sandwiches we're only very briefly talked about. Dressing up as a lady, talked about a little bit longer. Down the ground there, strikes it nicely for Billing over the top. And that is going to be the 4 runs there for Billings once again. I don't know about that as well. Says that Danuja. And also dressed like a woman as well. But yeah, pretty much it was just one of the Cricket World Cup live streams. Like it is completely in the past now, but it was one of the big kind of channels over there that did actually copyright strike us down. And then the chat has gone all lacy like as well. And also do a live stream on Discord as well, says Robert. It's an option, to be fair. And yes, you can't blame an entire nation for one insecure streamer. So yeah, exactly right. And also I can as well, says Brandon there, for going live on Discord as well. But Peter Siddle now charging in. Nicely played. And also Spencer's popular at Ram Ranch. And there, and they call for 2. Do they get it as well? They do. That's a terrible throw there from John Wells. And because of that, they do get back. Jilks has to slide hard, but he does slide well and does get his way over there. That's almost 100 runs being brought up now. They're sitting on 97 for 2 here for the Sydney Thunder. 6 runs once again off Peter Siddle. He's been expensive. And how as well, says Brandon, I assume you just add everyone to a group call and then just ring it as well. Probably not right now, I recommend, because or else that it will end up blasting my eardrums. With the Discord message, it's going to be big shot down the ground from Billings. Doesn't get all of it. And Tom Kelly is going to be able to take the wicket. Billings is gone. And now it is going to be another wicket down for the Sydney Thunder. In the end, Peter Siddle just not quite getting that one. I guess not quite getting enough pace on it for Billings' likings. As Love from Pakistan says to the heel there. And the chat as well. And also, Brian, I'm really sorry for my comments as well. And there's his coding, and also we have got there. It's his Brandon as well, says Robert. And there's a cricket game being played at Thunder 210 confirmed. And there says Jay. And also, so which one is the worst place to send to? My mum's basement or Ram Ranch as well? And it's if that's your thing, no judgment here, mate. Whatever rows your boat, buddy. As if you put on, with a 2-iron, so bad as well. Or if you putt with a 2-iron, sorry. So bad. That would be a tricky shot, wouldn't it? Well, I still want to play golf at some stage. George is out of town. Isaac's out of town. Daniel's Daniel's in town, but he's working. So everyone's unavailable at the moment. We're going to have a Kiwi Lads Pro-Am where I do just invite all you guys around to have a bit of golf as well. And also we have got there, Seb, I'd rather be in your mum's basement, mate. As I said, Jay Hayes there. Out of context, that sounds like a real weird statement, but because I kind of know the backstory, it does make sense. Ollie Davies at the moment, 2 matches, sitting on 20C. Can't people not understand when others are joking as well? So says there in the chat. Sometimes hard to tell via message because we can't hear the sarcasm. At this stage now, Peter Siddle going to be charging forward. Slow ball, and Ollie Davies once again going to be rotating the strike. I think they get 2. No, they decide against it as well. Nicely played. Once again, it is going to be 12.4 overs down. Fair enough, Jay, as well. And who will win, bro, as well? And now I say at the moment, Sydney Thunder's 56% likely to win this game according to the live odds, and 44% chance that the Adelaide Strikers do end up going on to get their win as well. And the winner will win, bro, as well. And just remember, us mods are in blue can give you 300 seconds as well. Says, bro, that is a good point. As well there, Peter Siddle at the moment. His economy when he bowls a good length is the best out of any option. I guess the winner will win is a good comment. Does make sense. That's going to be whipped off the legs there for Jilks. A little bit of a run-out opportunity. Oh, Fawad Ahmed. The knees deceived him. They didn't quite let him go through. And because of that, they do get the 2. I didn't know. As well, and there's Hamish Spencer. At the moment, Jilks here sitting on 42. Peter Siddle, he's gone for once again. 9 runs off his over so far. At the moment, Jilks with a big old stain on the front of his shirt. He's actually managed to do very nicely for himself. I did end up, I swear my prediction was going to be cutting as the top run scorer, Jilks as the second top run scorer, but I did get it a little bit wrong. Peter Siddle, he can't believe that fielding from Fawad Ahmed. Whipped off the legs nicely by Jilks one more time. And also we've got the Hamish Spencer. Can someone not understand when others are playing along as well? And there's David the Mod. And also we have got there Hamish, it's so difficult for me difficult to see young and upcoming cricketers like Quinton Cock retiring from Test cricket. Why? He did that and retiring at age of 29. He's so selfish player playing for money as well. Says Coding, I mean, he is about to have a child. So I guess I understand that side of it because like at the end of the day, you're about to go on a tour to New Zealand or somewhere along those lines for their next one. And you're going to be away from your family for probably like the next 3 months or so from quarantining and everything along those lines. So when you've got a newborn, you want to spend that kind of valuable time with them while they are still young and then like kind of missing from that stage. I think more than likely he's retired now, but if it does end up all kind of clearing up a little bit and the pandemic slows down, I think from then he will actually probably come out of retirement. But I think for now it is the right move for him just because of the fact that he has got a young family on the way and you want to see him there for his child as well. Allow me to tell you real quick, Quinton de Kock took some time off. As I said, Sebastian there. And also, if you were a father in cricket with a newborn, wouldn't you retire? As I said, Robert there. And also, you and I said Cutting would be top run scorer. Here's Robert at the moment. Jilks running into the crease once again. A little bit leg side-ish, but they're going to get the single once again. And also, we have there what in the chat from Just straight up what. And I say, you're awesome, buddy. And there, as says David the Mod. I feel like Hamish Spencer's mind at the moment is like the cogs are all ticking over going, what is happening at the moment here? Uh-oh. It's all gone. Okay, I got another one. Why does water actually get bubbles in it when it's warm, ladies and gentlemen? Because I get boiling water bubbles. And that's because of the heat. But why water that just sits on a desk for a while has a whole heap of bubbles in it? I will never know. Condensate? No, that's not condensation. Where's Agar now? Leg side. And that is going to be the wide there from him once again. It's actually 5 wide so far here for the Adelaide Strikers, which is not ideal for them in that situation. But Ishikawa, Brett Lee, and Brad Adden, the people that they have got on commentary, I'm not too sure who's going to be commentating the Ashes one as well. I think he's trying to work out what 300 seconds is in minutes as well in there. Says that Robert there in the chat. At the moment, it is going to be there. Every cricketer marries and have babies, but there is some duty towards your national side. And people look at sides. Guys like Sachin Tendulkar, Dravid, as Ponting, Lara, they don't have these issues as well, says Coding. Although I think you'll find, depending on what time of the year it is, a lot of guys actually have their babies. I know for Super Rugby, a lot of them get in that session, I guess you could say, around the time that the rugby season about 9 months away, so they do all get to be there for their children during the little stage as well. So it's pretty much, if you time it right, you can be there for the off season, and it's oxygen as well. And there says David, and I also feel like I'm on the special bus wearing a helmet, crayons hanging out my nose. I was looking the window as well, and my mum said, "What did Lisa? Your mum said you had to go now." Oh, well, I guess we'll see you later on. Mum has been telling me that for 24 years as well. She's Aaron Spencer for 24 years. As our Warriors will win the NRL, mark my words. It's also official Aaron Smith there. And the channel also let the man live his life. And also tap water contains astrogenic gases such as nitrogen and oxygen dissolved in it as well. And if you time it right, as on time for another whiskey as well. And Millhouse says, and there says, track it down on Aaron Smith Warriors won't win until it'll be the Panthers as well, says Robert there. We say, okay, at the moment, this has been a good over, and that one almost touched the stumps, but it does end up missing in the end. And also, good mate Mum's knows best mate as well. And there says David the Mod. They do indeed. Hope you guys have been enjoying it. And also, we have got there, don't drink water, fish in it as well. Although someone actually made the good point, I think it was Sebastian, how he said, don't consume air because people in it as well. And then I've never breathed since. I was going to try and hold my breath, but I can actually hold it for a little while, and I felt like that would be quite boring. Trust the Kiwi lads to create a mental chat, or the cricket lads to create a mental chat session, as and I'll show Fish can as well. I've always wondered how they do it, because I don't know how it works. I was going to look up a video, but I didn't want that in my history, because we talked about it one other live stream, about how they get the job done. Because water stuff. Can you tell me how beer or whiskey smells? Is it good for health or not if you drink sometimes at special occasion as well? Apparently, it's good for the kind of making the problems go away. I've heard from sources. And if you breathe out through your mouth, can you taste the fart as well? What? Can you Mum said I could have 5 more minutes as I was tracking down on a very lucky boy. You better thank your mum. Well, as I search up fish fun, as I was just saying, Spencer. I have no idea how they would do it. Like, now that I think about it, because it's like they don't have hands or arms or anything. What other things don't have arms? They got fins. How does a T-Rex? No, I feel like a T-Rex is a bit easier, isn't it? Hey, Ollie as well, says Robert there. Jack, welcome in. Ollie, how's it going? I hope you're doing well. Well, I hope you're doing good, my friend. I am indeed, mate. And tracking, that's what your mum said to me also. Oh, geez. Okay. And also, we have got there the female fish lays the eggs and the male fertilizes them as well. Wait, so they actually lay them and then they do the thingy. And then what happens? Then it's like just magic. It's like one of those Just Dad. Oh, God, I was about to say a bad sentence there. I was going to say it's like one of those like ones of Just Add water, but instead it's Just Add something else. And also the birds don't have arms as well. Yeah, they do have wings, though. How do they high five? That's a good question. Does any other animal high five? I feel like monkeys, if they knew how to and they actually wanted to, they could high five. I've seen a monkey hitting a turtle before with a stick at a zoo. That was an interesting experience. How's it going, my friend? As well, says Ollie Wilson. Is this the most like kind of distracted live stream we have ever done on the channel, ladies and gentlemen? I feel like it's getting close to it at the moment. Forward Ahmed there, who's getting ready to go there. And I was like, yeah, the female drops the eggs on the bottom, and the male provides the masculine gene for them to hatch as well. Amish, why do people in Dubai not like the Flintstones as well? That's a good question. Do they not like the Flintstones? And I was like, Amish, what is your favorite dinosaur? Tyrannosaurus Rex versus Velociraptor as well. I'd say I'll go Velociraptor because they can at least fly. And I feel like that's helpful because, like, if I could fly, I would be at KFC every day. And I'm good as well. Says Ollie Wilson, and birds have wings in there. As I'm KU as well, says Robert there in the chat as well. Yeah, I think distractions. You say all this stuff, but I still can't get you on the Jenna stage. As I said, it's disgusting. I'm leaving as well. So I guess we'll see you later, mate. Hope you do enjoy the rest of your night. It's going to be down the ground there. Jilks in the air. No, it's going to be falling short. Tom Kelly there. Didn't really attack that ball, but forward Ahmed here. He's going for a couple of extra runs and Amish. See you, mate, as well. And there, so in a nutshell, the male fish finishes on his. Oh, Jeez. Surprised that Kane Williamson didn't get 100 as well, says Frank. He didn't actually play in the Bangladesh match, unfortunately for him, so he did miss out. Although Devon Conway able to go on and get it. As and also we have got the Ollie asked how your day was before as well. Says, Robert, one moment, we will go back a little bit further forward. It is. And yeah, how's your day going? It's been going pretty good overall because people in Abu Dhabi. Oh, no. I feel like you set me up beautifully for that one. I'm not leaving as well, says Hamish Pizza. And also Hamish, Kane Williamson's injured, Frank. Jokes at the moment. He's sitting on 57 runs of 41 deliveries here. Fawad Ahmed. They've still got the power surge, so possibly they can get themselves towards that 190 or so mark. But Fawad Ahmed drags it down. Jilks once again strikes it nicely. Is there a man out there? No, there's not. I don't think there's a man in the crowd. Was that a 6 runs once again there for Jilks? Was a 4 in the end, 1 bounce as well. And also we have got the Robert, do you want to add me on Messenger as well? And there says Ollie wasn't a Will Kane Williamson play in South African series as well. I think he's hoping to be back, but if not, I guess the earlier stage we will see him as possibly up against like the Netherlands or someone like that. A couple easier games on the body, I guess, to be able to go on and get himself in a good position. But now Jilts, once again, using the feet nicely, hitting it down the ground. It's been an expensive over from Fawad Ahmed. He's gone from 51 in the 4 overs. I feel bad because I did say he's got one of the best economies around. He's done that. And fishing at Ram Ranch as well in there. So he's at JA's, and also I'm only on Discord and the Kiwi Lad server as well. And also what happens if I drive my car at 140 kilometers an hour into a tree as well. So Damien Spencer, that's a good question. I mean, I know that if you run super hard at platform 9 3/4, you might go to Hogwarts. Worth the crack. You know? And also, JA's, how's it going in there? As I says, Ollie Wilson, but that's a good shot from Jilks. They're showing there he's at 2-6s, 5-4s so far for that man, sitting 15 overs in to this game, and it is 124 for 3. And who are you going for as well? In this match, I'm pretty impartial. Overall, I feel like the Thunder, they've got that little bit of momentum forming at the moment. 65% chance of winning with Jilks. Done very nicely, and also Cutting, making his way over a bit more. But then Adelaide Strikers, they've got Rashid Khan. They've also got themselves another option as well. They're just showing there the replay of that guy trying to take the catch. He ended up just diving on top of someone as well for that one. And also, that's a stupid thing to say, mate, as well. And there. Oh, sorry, that the one about the driving, I think it was. As I agree, checking as I says JA's there, and also we've got the G'day car wash guy, Ollie as well, and also we have got the I agree. That was a stupid thing, as I said, by the way, and also we don't need KW Kane Williamson versus Holland as well. We need him making decisions in the World Test Championship. As Wes Smithy thought, I believe he is still working at this stage, so he hasn't really had the chance. And also depends what the tree is made of. I feel like the only time, if there is ever a time to do it, is in a game. Do not drive at 140 Ks. Do not drive near trees. I feel like that is good life advice. Just drive the speed limit. Don't drive like an idiot, because it's just not smart as well. That's going to be out to point. That's going to be the single once again. Davies moves up onto 4 runs off 6 deliveries. Rashid Khan, he's gone for 1 for 8 so far here. And also, but it was stupid to ask it as well. And as well. And also, we have got that. Like in Forza Horizon 5, real life is not like Forza Horizon 5, though. You can't respawn in real life. And Dan trees are made of wood. There's JA's there. Oh, jokes there. Nice taken there by Harry Nilsson behind the stumps. That time I didn't call him Harry. So ideal. Rashid Khan, he looks like a hairy individual. He's got a very good beard for 23 as well. My beard for 22 looks utterly dog shit, I guess you could say. As well. At the moment, 126 for 3 here. At the moment, sitting on 4 from 6 here for Davies, and he seems to be very good at forming a partnership as well. Best thing is, if you're an idiot, don't drive as well. And what sarcasm made of as well, said Dan De Castro there. And also that comment says 300 seconds as well, says Jay Hayes there. Did he just snap his bat? What happened here? For Jilks, he ended up trying to go for it. Did he let go of his bat? No, he didn't. Just showing that he was just grounding his foot there for the best thing. And that one, I already read that one. But Jilks at the moment sitting on 65. Projected score is 162. What was I sitting on? I believe I was sitting on 170 as my prediction as well. Don't drink drive as well. I feel like that's a good analogy as well. And also don't, is it drink and fry is another one. Or drink, Another round. I'll tell you what, they're running between the wickets, making me a little bit worried because they have almost run themselves out about 4 times so far. Sarcasm is made of alcohol as well. We told you that yesterday, Amish, as well. And there says Robert there about the drink and fry one, or also don't eat and drive as well. The weird thing is with the rules, like with like driving, I feel like this is one of those ones. I don't know whether or not I've got this completely right, so bear with me just a little bit here. But is it true that you are allowed to eat and drink while driving, but like you're not allowed to like go on your phone? Like I know you're not allowed to go on your phone, but I think you are allowed to eat and drink while driving, aren't you? Which seems weird because that is just as much of a distraction, I would think. Because like, I drop me chip, something to think about. Power surge at the moment here. They've got 2 overs that they are going to be going after as well in this situation. 4, 6 at the moment for Davies. I feel like if Settle, I almost called him Saddle, but if Settle gets out of this over without doing too badly for himself, and also know that's dangerous driving as well, and also about the drink and drive one as well. And now you're an idiot, don't drive. That's all you need to know as well. And it says Penny Wagon there. As well, and also, Hamish, I do believe there is some kind of God power who created mankind, and he is watching us from sky. Do you believe it or not as well? Geez, this chat is getting deep at the moment, isn't it? And also, anyway, back to mowing lawns. Jesus, I feel like that's a perfect way to like cut any tension as well, or cut any grass on the lawn, I guess, as well, if you are in that dress. Oh, that would be itchy. I would have thought as well, like in terms of are you wearing gumboots trucking down under while you're at it, or you must have some sort of shoes on. That's a good shot down the ground there from Davies. That's going to be 4 runs for him. And the power says as well, if you're eating while driving, it's dangerous. Driving, I'm sure, in New South Wales as well. I don't think they've got a rule about it, dropping hot coffee in your lap as well. Yeah, my dad had a Coke thrown on his lap by the Burger King worker. But that was because they like tried to pass it to him and dropped it, and he just got a lap full of Coke as well. He was back in Colombia. We have got there. Are you going to do? Are you going to do the one of the test matches between New Zealand and Bangladesh this Brank? We've actually done both of the days so far on the channel, so we are going to be back for day 3 tomorrow as well. My grass is like the SCG. It is legal. It's illegal in Queensland. I don't know whether or not we have got it illegal here. I'd like to think that it is as well. And also, I got drunk once and decided to take the bus home instead. Turns out I'm bad at driving a bus. Bad at driving a bus as well. Says that J.A.'s there. I'd hate to drive a bus. Like, I feel like corners suck. Like, if you're in a bus, like trucking, you've probably experienced this many times. Like, how do you stop yourself from ending up, like, hitting things? Like, is any time I try and drive a truck or a bus in GTA, which I know isn't an example of real life, but anytime I try and, like, drive, I always hit things. So how do you do it? I feel like truck drivers, that's the thing. Underrated, I think, truck drivers and bus drivers, because it's not easy to handle a big bit of machinery without crashing into it. Or actually, sorry, not crashing into it, but crashing into something else as well and damaging it, and also trucking mowing Lacey's lawn as well. And there says Jay Hayes. A bit of a misfield there for Tom Kelly. He's really struggling with his hands at the moment here for Kelly's. At the moment, Davies, he's moved up on to 10 off 10. I believe that is a 50-run partnership now between Jilks and Davies. They're sitting 16.4 overs down, and they have still got a few more left. They've got 20 balls that they will be able to go after, including this one of the power surge. And then the next over is also power surge over. So that will be able to help them out nicely. 6 runs at the moment. That's going to be worked away to the leg side. Ollie Davies misfield once again by Wizaga. Peter Siddle, he is wondering what is going on at the moment with his bowlers because they are not fielding very well. Your 10 runs behind on the screen as well. Oh, they're slacking. One moment. Go like this. Magic. Look at that. And also, Jay is always sneaking around cutting my grass as well. Says trucking down under. I feel like that's like a great neighbor in a way, in some weird way. I feel like if your neighbor goes over, cuts your lawn, doesn't steal anything, because that's one of the big problems I guess you'd have. But like your neighbor just comes over, cuts your lawn while you're on holiday and whatnot. Didn't even ask him to. Some wood in the shed. I feel like that's kind of neighbor that you want, isn't it? Plane driving versus helicopter driving versus truck driving versus car driving versus bike driving, which is more difficult as well. It does depend on how fast you're driving, of course, in the car or the bike. I'd say out of those ones, I mean, if you go on land vehicles, I would say truck, because like at the end of the day, bike, like I guess because you're a little bit thinner, you got more chance of missing things. A truck, there's not really. Is that the wicket? Yeah, they did give it out in the end. I was wondering what happened. The ball was racing away to the boundary, parallel parking. An 18-wheel truck is genius as well. And there's Dan DeCastro and also Jilks will get past 70 as well, although with him, it will not be Ollie Davies. He is on his way. And now Daniel Sam makes his way out there. Spencer, your 4B short of a six-pack as well. There's Jay Hayes. And also, yeah, I say out of plane or helicopter. I'm going to say plane just because you don't get to go straight up and down with the landing. You've actually got to like time it. And I know from Flight Simulator, I'm not a very good pilot, sadly. I actually am safer when I drive along the road on the plane as well. Misfields, missed runouts, my 150 pred as well as doomed, or prediction, sorry, is doomed. Yeah, at the moment, no one could have predicted. Oh, set the toe of Davies. That would have hurt as well. It was right in the block hole, I guess you could say there as well. Just smacks him on the toe. That would have hurt. But 3 overs left now. Still one more of the power surge, though. And they have got Daniel Sams, who has got the ability of hitting long balls. Very much so. And I don't think trucks do a parallel parking thing, mate. As else says Jay. Be very impressive. I feel like even back in a trailer's hard enough. Going to be a dot ball there for Rashid Khan as well. Will be trying to get himself 1 or 2 more wickets. He's currently sitting on a total of 1. If he gets 2 or 3 here, gets Jilks out. This could be a different innings here for the Sydney Thunder, who now move up to 144. I haven't seen that ball yet. Where's this one go? Jilks now. We bowling this one. Yeah, that's a good sweep shot. That's going for 4. It was a little bit too keen there. I'm going to have to try and forward a little bit. Come on, just another 80 runs till 220 there as well. But Jilks with a very nice shot. 80 runs in 3 overs is tough, I would say. But there's a chance that they get towards that. Oh, you can't bowl there, Rashid. And that's going to be another 4 runs. They're mainly backup. I like them Cowboys at Ram Ranch as well. And also, Hamish, do you have phobia of sitting in a plane or helicopter, from inside that your life is not in your hands? It is dependent on the pilot. It can crash. Also, I have this phobia as well, says coding. Although I guess that's the thing with a lot of things in a way. Like even getting in a car that you're not driving, like you're putting your life in like other people's hands and whatnot. So I guess planes are a bit different, of course, because you are up in the air. Looks like he's hit that one down the ground. There's going to be another 4 runs there. 3 4s in a row here for Jilks, and he's getting closer and closer to the century as well. Nice one, Jay, says Robert there in the chat. But I would say overall, I guess, like, it's not really something I think about when I'm about to board a plane. Like, like now, like I'm normally, I'll be honest, I get distracted easily on planes, and I'm like, how much are the M&Ms? How much am I going to have to pay for a little can of Pringles here? Because I do always get the Pringles. You got to get the Pringles on a plane. I feel like plain Pringles are where it's at. That's going to be whipped away to the leg side once again. Tom Kelly fields it in the deep and does keep it at just 1. The moment Sam's now, he is going to be on strike. Jilks, 80 of 52 deliveries here. Going well as well. And 183, come on as well, says Jay. It's getting closer and closer, mate. At the moment now, Rashid Khan, if you can get out of this without going for 6, there's a chance that I might be right. But if he does get a 6 here or even a boundary, I'm probably not going to be right. Unfortunately, they've still got 2 more overs left to the bowling department. It is going to be either Peter Siddle or Wes Agar for the next over, and then the other will get the other over as well. We get to the leg side from Daniel Sams. He's a little bit angry with that one, but he does get the single, and that will close out the over, and it is now going to be 154 for 4. The moment Rashid Khan hasn't really had the best day. 1 for 26 is his bowling figures. Peter Siddle, actually the best bowler of the bunch, getting the 2 wickets. Still going for a 9-run economy. Where's Agar? You'd argue if he has a good last over that maybe he becomes the best bowler of the bunch. He just ended up being too expensive there, Rashid Khan, and he ends up going. The thing is, he went for 26 in total, and about 3 of the boundaries came in this over. So it just shows how well he bowls outside of those ones as well. Nice shot from Jilks. And at the moment, it's getting closer and closer. Daniel Sams, he's got the strike. At the moment, Billing, he's sitting on 80. So for him to get another 20 runs here, could put him somewhere towards that century, but he might just miss out. Similar to Sanger, who we did see get 91 not out in the last matchup. But Peter Siddle now, he will be trying to bowl the perfect Yorker. If he gets it too full, Sams will smack him. If he gets it too short, Sams will smack him. So the key here is pretty much Yorker. Perfect Yorker. And that has gone straight through Daniel Sams, and Peter Siddle picks up the wicket there. That is how it's bowled. And that was absolutely phenomenal from him as well. Put it right on the spot. If you want 80 more runs, you better change it to 40 overs each as well, says Robert there. Brilliant Yorker. Absolutely spot on there from Siddle. Couldn't have got any better than that. Daniel Sams, he wanted to hit it away to the boundary, missed the ball, And that is going to be Siddle's third wicket of the day now. He might have heard me say that he wasn't quite the best bowler of the day, and now he's going, you know what, mate, I'll show you otherwise. But it is going to be now Arjun Neil or Chris Green, who they decide to send out. Yeah, they've sent out Green. Just that little bit more power as well. That's 2 perfect Yorkers from Peter Siddle. We saw one with the dismissal of, it was Oliver Davies, and now we're seeing the second one. Did they just say he's on a hat-trick ball? He's on a hat-trick ball here, Peter Siddle. How many of those has he had in his career? I assume it would be quite a few of them. Peter Siddle here. It looks like he is still putting men back. Chris Green, the captain, facing off against the captain. Who is going to be the captain now? As the movie Captain Phillips says, we have got there Green, the captain, ain't he, as well? Says Robert, he is indeed. So it's captain versus captain here. And Siddle, not bad figures for a change. Says J.A.'s. Yeah, he's done pretty well today. Overall, he was expensive in pretty much every other game of the season so far. But now, Chris Green on strike here for the hat-trick ball. Puts it on the stumps. It's a little bit lobby. There's no one out there, though. They did have the men deep. And also that is going to be now just a single. No, they get back for 2. Good running there from the Sydney Thunder. Chris Green gets 2 runs. And Jilk's now at the other end. The projected score is 170 at the moment. Did I say 170? I did say 170. Well, let's hope that the projected is correct. And we'll see how it goes. But at the moment, Brett Lee is saying about the fact that he did try and change up the ball for the hat-trick ball, and he should have just gone with the classic Yorker as well. Well bowled there. Oh, I swear that went straight through Chris Green, but it didn't. Peter Siddle saying, don't throw that one. We will just have the single against us. Moving up onto 157 at this point in time. Like they are mentioning the English players having to go home so that they can prepare for the West Indies challenge as well. You said 160 as well, says Robert. Although I believe I have got it started. I think someone else said 160. We have 140 from Robert. We have 155 from Dan as well. And also 174 from Aiden. 160 with Shannon, who I do see. And he did say they would be 4 down, although that came in about the 8th over of the game as well. Peter Siddle now ramp shot. Beautifully played from Jilks. Uses the pace of the ball, and that is going to be some more runs for him as well. Who said 160? It was Shannon who was able to say 160 there. And that's 160 now. 161. They need Jilks out if I want any chance to get in a point. I'm back, sorry. Something came up, but it's all sorted now as well, says Sebastian there as well. So we will hopefully, I guess that's a good thing. You guys are all here for your predictions for the second innings as well. That is coming up in only 8 balls time. 140 from Kevin. I went 187 as well, says Robert. If Jilks stays out there, you got a good chance of being able to get there. I'm quite liking somewhere where Aiden's sitting at the moment with 174. Jay as well, I believe he said 183. Probably not too far off as well. Definitely if we get to see 1 or 2 boundaries. Sebia being down on the basement again. Going to be well bowled there from Peter Siddle. Good fielding there. And it is going to be kept to just the 1. Yes, it is. The moment now, it's actually Chris Green who's had a little bit of a strike so far. He was able to get the 2, then the 1. Might have to have a barley sugar at halftime. Get me going. Again, big old stretch. I'm still confused at why my ribcage disappears. I think it's the reflection off the green screen. What if I go like that? Just a little bit better. I just got to change the direction of the light a little bit there. But Green on strike. Siddle, final ball of a spell. Slower ball as well. Hit down the ground, and that is just going to be the single. So now they move up onto 163 here. Oh, they wanted to. Turn it down in the end. Also, we have got there. Sip, have you been down in the basement again? But nonetheless, 19 overs down. And it is now going to be 163 for 5. And also, yes, Jay, one of them became too distressed. I had to calm them down as well, says Jay there. It's probably because of overpopulation, mate. You've probably got, I don't know how many people you got in there. I don't know how big your basement is. But I assume that it's quite crowded with the amount of 100%. And also everyone else. I loved that moment earlier on in the day when my mum was like, or someone was spamming and it was actually 100%, and she called him a Muppet because I said that that's what you guys call them. So she was like, who's that Muppet? That was a highlight of my day, I think. It's like good enough for New Year's. Nobman caught 192 as well, says it Robert there. And also we have got there the chest freezer will calm him down as well. The chest freezer as well. You're just going to freeze him again. Where's Agar now? He's going to bowl the final over of this game. He's actually only gone for an economy of 5.67. If he has that one more time, I am pretty much spot on with the prediction. But if he doesn't, then I am sad. And it's going to be Wes Agar now. 6 balls left here. And this match, it's outside of the off stump, and it is a dot ball there. Well bowled by Wes Agar. Daniel Sams, no, sorry, it's Chris Green, actually a little bit disappointed with that one. And also your mum, I called him a muppet. Well, your mum is a legend as well, says J.A. She did indeed. I told her about Ram Ranch, but I didn't give her much detail about it, though. I did pretty much just say that it is a song and that you shouldn't look it up. You know? It's an interesting, I didn't even read more than that first line, and I was already traumatized. Chris Green, 4 off 4 deliveries. Jilks at this stage. He does need some form of bat on this ball. Try and hit it to the boundary or try and get yourself a single. Get Jilks back on strike, who will be able to go for the big one as well. But it was his 116 Ks. That slower ball from Wes Agar as well. Good up. I might be still finding YouTube as well. And there, that's the slower ball hit down the ground there. Good shot from Chris Green. And it is going to be the single there. So they will just get the one. And Jilks now back on strike. 4 balls left here. 164 runs. I feel like with Jilks at the crease here, he can certainly get some big old power on these deliveries. I'm actually going to have a look at who else had the predictions there as well. Sweet as well in there. I feel like I did that very badly, didn't I? But we have got also around that mark, 179 from AFL Has Fun. Is there Paddy Wagon? We have got JS at 183, although he might want to change the second one as well, unless, of course, they end up going bang, bang, bang. 167 from Down Under Fishing as well. So that is actually pretty close at the moment. Also 174 is there as well. And also it's like putting a wet paint sign up on a freshly painted wall. Someone will touch it as well, or pouring concrete when there's a cat nearby. You know you're going to see the cat paw prints in the concrete like the next day. I remember my dad was saying about how like someone, I think it was at a farm that he was pouring concrete at. There were chicken tracks, there were cat tracks, dog tracks, every type of animal tracks pretty much in that cement or / concrete, depending on what region of the world you are from. Wes Agar now bowling to Jilks. Times that well. That's going all the way for the 6, and that's going to be the 170 now for the Thunder. As our mum said, I have to go have a shower, but I'm allowed to come back. Says Trucking Down Under. See, will be. Oh, Trucking Down Under, do you want to get in your prediction before you go get wet? It's a weird way of saying it. Do you want to go put in your prediction before you end up having your shower for how many runs you feel that the Adelaide Strikers will be able to get? And if you feel they will chase it down, how many balls left do you think it will be? How many balls left do you think it will be, I should say? And have you got Cricket 22? I do indeed. I do actually have Cricket 22 on the Xbox One. Never played it yet, though. I'm excited, though, when I do get the chance. But 170, he needs a couple dot balls here for myself. If I don't want any form of points. Another 6 here probably goes in favour of Jay, actually. Moment. Jilks, he needs 10 runs to get himself to the century. Can he do it? Everyone is back at the moment. Wes Agar? He's got 3 balls to do it. It's in the slot. It's the slower ball. And it's going to be racing away. It is just going to be the single as it'll Renshaw. They want the 2. And they do get back for the 2. And it's 172 now that they are sitting on it. Are you streaming? Are you streaming a cricket game as well? Says Trucking Down Under. Yeah, that was the original plan, I guess you could say there. I actually want to try and do the Ashes, except on the hardest difficulty once again. And another live stream, see how I go. And also we have got the USU in the chat. And also we have got there in the chat, Trucking, watch out for the 18 Cowboys in the showers as well, says Jay Hayes. 172 now here for the Thunder. Wes Agar? He needs the wicket. He's put it in the slot. Has he got enough of it? Oh, it's a take from Matty Renshaw. He said that it is out. He didn't put it down, and that could be Jilks gone for 93 there. And you want to go? Did you want to drop your prediction before you get wet as well? Actually, chat up loud as this question. I mean, it would have been a smooth one, I guess, if I was trying to be smooth. But it wasn't really the anticipation as well. Under he did last night, but got his voice copyrighted as well. Yeah, an American and a Canadian. Just enough fingers under it. And Jilks, that is going to be the end of Jilks' innings. Good effort from that man, that is for sure. And at the moment, he is going to be done decently. There, Jilks. They're actually going to check this one. They're saying the ball might have touched the ground here. Is that going to happen? Is that going to be Jilks? If he gets that one as well, we played Matthew Gilks. Oh, well played, Matthew Gilks, I should say. As well from Ryan there. Okay, they haven't gone upstairs. So it is going to be Jilks gone. That was weird. It's a very weird moment. Just whether or not this was caught in the deep. Showing the wrong catch there. That's the John O'Wells one. Wait, is that Chris Green gone? Wait a minute. That's the next ball. And it's going to be 172. That returned very quick. A graph says out as well. And then Jilks. And there says it was there from Robert. They went straight up in the air from Chris Green. I didn't even realize that was live time. I thought we were looking at a replay of a different catch as well. Where is Jay as well? And there says Robert. At the moment now, 172. Decent for myself there. I guess you could say, but at the moment, where is Aiden? He said 174. I said 170, so I guess we both split the points there in that regard for who is closest. So we will go like this, we will go like this, and we will go on to our nice little tally. Once again, we go like this. Kiwi lads, form yourself. I feel like it's a benefit for me because I'm here every week. I'm here every day pretty much. So Aiden's got him better. He did actually have that stage. As we know, Aiden probably gambles the most of anyone on the channel. But now he is starting to get some points as well. And also the next closest, we have got there 167, I believe, for Down Under Fishing, I believe is the next closest. Actually, Down Under Fishing. Yeah, okay, he is closest. There we go. And also Rob, I think he is in Seb's mum's basement as well. And where is Jay as well, says Robert there. And at the chat, but there we go. Right, it is going to be, what was his name? Down Under Fishing. There we go. Down Under Fishing. Getting himself a couple of points. 1 point, I should say. That is going to be third place for him. And Aiden also gets himself the 3 points there as well. Nicely done. And Brightel, 174, says Ryan. Although it was a little bit late at Ryan. And you got to get it in before the first ball of the match. So I believe your 174 was only about 6 overs ago or something like that. So you got to make sure that you go before we get too far through the innings. Just before the first ball is how it can be qualified for it as well. As you can say, and I said 172 for the Strikers. Can I change that to 173 as well? Says Jay Hay. So if you are changing that to 173, Jay, I am going to say in that situation of you pretty much, if you're saying that the Strikers are going to win, you got to say how many balls left they will have for it. And if you feel the Sydney Thunder will win, you got to say how many runs they will win by, I guess. In that regard, returns what? Returns Friday. What did that just say? The World 7 series on Friday? It's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be about 4 weeks ago or 4 weeks away. Gonna have to get the calendar out, yeah? Next weekend. No, I think they've got that a little bit wrong. Yeah, it's not on next week. I believe it's the next week after. Or actually the week after that as well. There it is. So it's going to be a little way away. It's yes, Aiden as well. And bro, Sydney Thunder win by 21 runs. And Hamish, did I give 3 points? You did indeed, mate. And also we have got there the chat Thunder by 10 as well, says Frank there for his prediction. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Everyone going for the Thunder here in this matchup. At the moment, they have got a 64% chance of being able to go on and win this game as 158 run Strikers. Unsuccessful chase as well. And then Strikers win with 7 balls left, says Jay. I'm going to say Strikers win with 3 balls left. I feel like it is going to be Darcy Short. No, not Darcy, his brother. Who's not his brother, Matt Short. He's going to be able to get a decent innings at the start. And also Jake Weatherald, he's due for an innings. Surely. He hasn't really fired throughout any of the kind of recent weeks as well. But Matt Short, Jake Weatherald, Matty Renshaw as well. He was looking a little bit stagnant in the last innings that we did see Thunder to win with them all out as well. Says Aiden there for his prediction. Although, what are you saying in terms of runs, Aiden? Do let me know. And also, we've got there, I'm going Strikers with 2 balls left as well. Says Robert, always getting a little bit closer in that regard as well. At the moment, I'm sure the 7 series is not next week. I'm just going to have to quickly check that, ladies and gentlemen, to make sure. But we have got Big Bash going right through. I'm going to just quickly sit down like this because this is quite comfy. I know that I'm not really in the middle of the frame, but it's nice for now. So we will go with that for just a little bit longer. The 7s rugby and 160 runs as well. And this is Aiden. That's very similar. We've got quite a few close ones in that regard. And we're actually a pretty even split. We've got some people wanting the Thunder to win or thinking that the Thunder will win. And then other people thinking that they won't win. As well, Thunder win by bowling them out with 22 balls left as well there. Wait. Thunder win by bowling them out. Although you have to, for that one, Hamish Spencer, you got to say how many runs the Adelaide Strikers will be on as well. Strikers win with 1 ball left as well. There says Ryan. Also, I'm so glad that we're all only predicting for the BBL. I would hate to do this for the Ashes as well, says Sebastian. Yeah, it would be pretty rough in that regard. I'm just looking at the schedule calendar. Is Malaga next week? No. Malaga, sorry, is not next week. It is still late January. So I'm not sure what they were on about with like next Friday, Sevens is returning. And make your mind up as well, says Amy Spencer. So pretty much, if you're saying that the team batting second is winning, then you got to say how many balls left they're going to be able to chase it down. And if you're saying that the team who are batting first are winning, you got to say how many runs will still be or scored in that first innings type thing. I feel like that's our relatively simple concept, isn't it? We haven't really changed it up and bowled out on 132 as well. I'm liking it. That's very similar to what the Melbourne Stars were for themselves as well. But they're going to have to make sure that they play well in the early stages. I will mention anyone who is new to the channel, sure leave a like and subscribe. We are going to be back tomorrow, and we have got more BBL, which is the Stars versus Renegades. I have just seen that it is going to be for this matchup. That's tomorrow night, 9:15 as well. So a little bit of a later start for us, but then the same time as it is now that it is going to be starting. Anyone who is new, also check out the Kiwi Lad Sport channel. I'm looking for a barley sugar. I've dropped one down the side of my seat. Oh, it's a red one. We're lucky in that regard. Also, no, I'm saying make up your mind to Ryan. I see there. And Strikers, wait, Ryan, are you going Strikers win with 1 ball left, or are you going that the Sydney Thunder win by 21 runs, Ryan? Do you let me know? You will have to decide between those two there. There we go. I swear barley sugars are just lollipops without the stick. I think I said that the other night, didn't I? But at the moment, they are just saying about the fact that they are missing Alex Hales. They're missing Alex Ross. They're missing Usman Khawaja. They are also missing Sanger as well. At the moment, they are saying that they think the Thunder will have enough on the board here to be able to win this game. They are coming in as the favourites now. Well, it's 50-50 at the start of the match, like I mentioned. Now it's going to be a little bit different. Sanger not quite timing that one for himself. And Fawad Ahmed was able to take the catch. It's actually, I guess, a rare catch for Fawad Ahmed. He doesn't really take too many of them overall. Sam Billing hit it down the ground straight to Tom Kelly. Who got you the barley sandwich? I don't think we've asked as well. It was actually my auntie and uncle. They got me the barley sugars as well. They just got me a little Christmas bag with a little ribbon on it. Just like that. A little bit more well presented than that. But yeah. Do not open until the 25th of December. I did listen, Santa as well, says Jay Hayes. No, he didn't have anything to do with it. It was all family. Although, at this stage, I was mentioning about the vlogging camera batteries. I feel like once I get those charged up, we will have a few interesting videos going up on the channel of what the boys get up to off live stream, which is quite a bit, but also not much at the same time. A lot of random stuff, which will be weird, but enjoyable, hopefully, for you guys. But at the moment, Nathan McAndrew is out there. They're also showing their name now. This man can bowl about 145 Ks, like I mentioned, the youngest player to be able to take a hat trick at T20 international level. He's only 21. He's younger than me. That's the thing. I feel slightly older when I realize all these young guys who are coming through the kind of rankings as well. Thunder will win, as I says Javed there in the chat. Very good chance for them to be able to get going in this one. If they take a couple early wickets as well, it's probably more than likely they can go on. They need Matt Short, Jake Weatherald, and Matty Renshaw out. I think those are the three big for me. But definitely the two openers, because Matty Renshaw, don't know how much power he's actually got at the moment, because he has been missing out on the big shots. And we all know what Hamish do all day in bed as well. Wait, we all know what Hamish do all day in bed, says Brandon. Do we? And Tinder as well, says Jay Hayes there. And also we have got there in the chat, bro, Thunder will win as well. Can someone upload the Ashes lineups on Discord once they get announced? I believe Robert is our Ashes man, isn't he? Or as soon as they say them, I'm hoping we do get to find them out tomorrow or the next day. I know England announced this a little bit later. All I know so far is Travis Head is missing, and his replacement is either going to be Mitchell Marsh, Josh Inglis, or also Nick Madison. Let's got there in there. Brian Rowe or Brian Ryan Bro. You owe me $20 as well. And also we have got there. Hi, Gorillas, how did you put the scoreboard on the screen? And so says Yellow Brand. So pretty much I do end up using a, I guess, screen sharing type one. So I have got one monitor that has the scoreboard on it, and then the other monitor does not, but it has the live streaming software. And then from there, I am able to kind of put it between the two. I feel like I explained that in a really weird way, didn't I? But pretty much it's through screen sharing that I can have the second screen up so that you guys can see that kind of thing as well. And Darts World Championship as well, says Brandon there. I mean, I do like a bit of darts. I normally play darts more than watch darts, I think. Ryan Bro Thunder will win because two as well. And there says Ryan, very good reason in that regard. But at the moment, they've got some decent side in terms of that bowling attack for the Thunder. They have got Arjun there. They've got Chris Green, Daniel Sams. They're also Sandhu, Mahmood, and Hasnain. So they aren't just relying on a few. Thunder will win for me, as well as Yan Lu Brand. Do I pronounce your name right, Yan Lu? Do you think me know? Is it pronounced as a ya or a ja? And also, the Thunder will win by 21 runs because to give England players a present as well, says Ryan. Wait, so are you going with the Thunder prediction or are you going with the Strikers prediction, Ryan? Because you did say earlier on that the Strikers will win on the last ball. I only have one up and go, so says Brandon. That's probably not a bad thing. And there's probably the reason for that because you drank the rest of them as well. So it's Yanlu rather than Janlu. I will remember that and try and get it right. From now on, I watch a bit of darts as well. My favourite player is Peter Wright. He's the one with the snake tattoo and the mohawk, isn't he? Sebastian, if I'm not wrong. I feel like that's the thing. When the Kiwi lads do get out and about, I feel like we've got that idea of doing like a pretty much tournament of the day. Darts, pool, table tennis, go-karting. Laser tag. There was something else as well. I can't quite think of it. 6 more as well, says Brandon there. And chat, geez, you go through a lot of up and goes. That is for sure. Oh. I'm just watching a big old pizza. Have you guys had hot dog stuffed crust? Do let me know. And when they get announced, I'll upload them for you and Hamish as well. Women's beach volleyball as well, says Jay Hayes. I know that's become quite a popular one. Is that at the Commonwealth Games or only at the Olympics? Because I know the Commonwealth Games isn't actually too far away from taking place as well, but we are just waiting for the next innings in this match to take place. He's Hamish, the one with the mohawk coloured differently each time as well. He's a great player though, yeah. I've seen him with a pink mohawk, green mohawk, blue mohawk, and pretty intimidating snake on the side of his head with the tattoo as well. What do you think of Michael Van Gerwen? Sebastian overall. And also appreciate it, Rob. And then Michael Van Gerwen, I remember I used to be a big fan of Phil Taylor, not just because he slightly reminded me of Mr. Bean / Rowan Atkinson. Bro, I'm not sure as well. Says a Ryan there in the chat. Like they're saying, just the one win here for the Adelaide Strikers, and 100% tender win as well. I've just had a realization. There is someone else who actually receives a point. GM gets a point for his prediction of 177 because he is 5 away as well. Fair play, GM, mate. We're going to write you on the list for third equal. Brilliantly done. GM Mo Jamal. Here we go. Got himself some points. Nicely done, mate. So I've got there, Robert. It's but $1 towards the barley sugar. Rest towards travel to Oz as well. Says Robert. So thank you very much, mate. Hugely appreciated for that donation. And also we've got there, Petty Wagon. He is laughing. Yeah, he was able to do it. 3, or he actually gets 1 point. The thing is, he's on the leaderboard now. Forever he will be 9. Did you block him, Sebastian, in the end? And the screeches is on this is JA's. Spelling might not have been the best, but we know what he meant. Of course, and also we got there both bots get a point as well. And also we have got there, I don't like Michael. I'd rather take someone with like Michael Smith, for instance, as well. And there. Yeah, thank you very much, Robert, for your donation. Still a very nice John Deere as well for yourself, mate. And at the moment, it is going to be Mahmood. Does get to bowl the very first over of this one. I feel like we're seeing everything in the new year now. The Pritzkirches is on there. Says Sebastian. Wait, did he even predict the right teams? I've just realised the Perth Scorchers aren't even playing. What's he on about? I just clicked that the Perth Scorchers didn't actually play in this game. Can he still receive the point for 177? I just realised. Yeah, I don't know. And also, he got COVID, summoned darts as well, and also Phil Taylor was a legend. 2-9 darters in one game, yeah. Insane how well he is, and no, says Novmum. Yeah, I feel like I got to remove that point, don't I? Damn it. Just put it down. And wrong team as well, says Novmum. Have you got your prediction in for this one, Novmum? Be sure to get it in. I don't think we have got yours just yet, but I will allow it because we are early on. That was almost a catching opportunity, but does end up putting it down. Keep the point as a joke as well. And there says Betty Wagon. I'll put it as brackets so that we know. He didn't quite get it right. I mean, he had a decent score, but he didn't quite end up with the right team as well. 173 for 4 as well, as it Brandon's there, as the prediction. So how many balls left do you think there will be, Brandon? Do let me know. And also, if we haven't got, okay, we got Paddy Wagon there. We haven't got, in the end, Brandon, and we haven't got Novmum as well. And also, here's your payment as well. Says Paddy Wagon. Oh, I'll be sure. Oh, I said 160. You did. Sorry about that. Although I think that's the same as Aiden, but I will allow it in that regard because I think you said it a little bit earlier on as well. And we will go like that. And we will go like that. Right. I play a bit of play a bit of the tub. I reckon I can get a treble and 10 darts as well. Fair play. I once almost hit 180, but like you guys will know, when you see me play any sport, I lose composure so easily. So I hit the triple 20. I was like, how that happened? Did it again, hit the triple 20, and then I went, what? And then I tried to throw it, and I went all the way out to the side. Up in the air, over the top, and short once again just starts off with an explosive one. The way he does play the game, he doesn't really waste the time. Betty, where's my payment as well? It says Jay Hayes. Oh, you better put Jay Hayes through as well, so I can put it up on the screen, Betty. No, you don't have to. I am joking, of course. Do not do that. We have got the barley sugars for days. Now this one I couldn't get into it earlier on, and I'm annoyed because I don't have scissors, but I'm going to have to get some at some stage. And Matt Shaw has scored most power play runs in the BBL 11 as well. In there. Mahmood now going to be sitting on 0 for 7. That's gone straight up in the air from Matt Shaw. Or has it? Got plenty of height on that one. And it's going to be racing close to the boundary. Nicely saved by cutting maybe. And I'm back. Sorry, it took so long. My mum couldn't find my Spider-Man pajamas as well. So it's tracking down. No worries, mate. It happens. What did I used to have? My pajamas, I think I used to have Bart Simpson pajamas. As you do. I had a teddy bear picnic blanket on my bed till I was like 20. Not by choice, just because that was the easiest blanket. In fact, I think it's still on my bed. To be honest, I'm going to get some drinks as well. And then also you could always ask your mum to drop scissors off as well. Says, right, although I think she will be asleep now that we are sitting at 11 p.m. at the moment, so she might be a little bit too asleep at this point in time. I see Bowl once again. Pitched up delivery. Do you want to put in a prediction as well, trucking down under now that you are all nicely showered and dressed in your pajamas? So Trunks, you will just have to wear the Ben 10 one or Ben 10 undies instead as well and not up and go. I'm going to get some drinks, not up and go. Be sure to make it water at 11 p.m. or else you'll be shooting off the walls. At the moment, I can't really say much though because I am eating a barley sugar. So I feel like I will also be shooting off the walls. But Matt Short at the moment, he's got the most runs in the power play by quite a bit. 5 overs down. And they are currently sitting 10 for none. Speaking of a boundary, there's going to be another one. Weatherald strikes it well, and that's going to be 14 off the very first over here. What kind of drink as well? And also, no, thanks, mate, as well. And there's tracking down under. And also, we have got the no skip marks this time tracking as well. Says it, Jay. That is going to be in that situation of 14 for none now after the first over. Target of 173 runs. They're actually 11 runs ahead at this point in time for them as well. But now I believe Mahmood bowls the first. Do they give it to Hasnain there? No, they give it to Sandhu. He's a very good option in the power play as well, though, I should say. The Thunder, just with those couple shots, it now makes the Strikers sitting 45% likely to win this game. And that was about 60 earlier on. Just shows how quickly a couple shots can change as well, but they are certainly ramping it up nicely. The power surge, they are going to need around that 70 mark, I believe it was. But we will keep you updated as soon as we get a little bit closer to that one taking place. But it's currently 11 p.m. What game? I think it takes about an hour 45 per innings. And also, Jay, I don't like Ben 10. He's too naughty as well. He's trucking down under. I don't think I ever watched Ben 10. I know he did something, but I don't know what he did. Did he have technology or something? Like a wrist thing. Like a watch, but not a watch. Did vroom or something like that. I can't actually remember what Ben 10 was overall. He's on Cartoon Network, wasn't it? I was more of a Scooby-Doo and Tom and Jerry kind of guy on Cartoon Network. Sandhu at the moment, 1 leg by so far of his bowling. So he hasn't actually gone for a run just as of yet as well. Powerpuff Girls undies are then drunken as well, says Jay Hayes. And who needs their payment as well, says Patty Wagon. I mean, if they're going round, I'll take one, I guess, but only if they're going round, of course. Shot from Weatherall. Once again, going out through cover, and that is going to be another 4 runs. The Adelaide Strikers starting this one extremely quickly here. Weatherall sitting on 9 runs off 4 deliveries. Nice shot. Going through the gap. No chance for Jason Sanger there to get that one, and Donna does Betty as well. And there says Robert, oh yeah, the Heineken beer fund at this stage. Haven't you got yours? So says Betty Wagon there. And I did deny. I'm getting greedy. Already had my payment for keeping the point for that man who said that it was the game between the Perth Scorchers he had to watch, which allowed him to turn into 10 different aliens as well. Okay. And then what did he do with his aliens? Or when he was an alien, did he just go out? Did it turn into Monsters, Inc.? I know that they used to scare people, didn't they? Although he probably fights crime, I would think, as well. That seems to be the way that they do it as well. And Donna does Betty as well, says Robert. And also, Jay, I have a strict no undies policy as well, says Trucking Down Under. Good way to be, very free flowing as well. Also, Trucking, that sounds like something someone at Ram Ranch would say as well. And there's Jay Hayes. At this stage now, Sandhu's looking very sharp. Other than that 4 runs that he did end up going for, he has had only the leg by and then 2 dots in a row now. As Arnie would say, the world and Galaxy and Bollocks as well. And there's Sebastian. Sounds about right. And also, a question for you lads. What is your favourite game? Overwatch or Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Nailville? I haven't played Overwatch, so I'll say the second one in that regard as well. But Weatherall now sitting on the 9 runs off 6. It's going to be the single down the ground. It's going to be a tough single, but they do get through with that very nicely done. I would say overall the scoreboard is a little bit quicker for the Adelaide Strikers innings, I've noticed. Free balling and so else is Trucking Down Under. Although if you do that, remember to put on the pants. You only do that once. When you're at kind of just down in the lounge chilling, and then you realize, oh yeah, pants. Done that a few times. We have got there. My favorite game is Muppet Sniper as well, says J.A. I feel like that is a very fun one. It's quite a common game as well. That's a good shot there from short once again. It was too short. And he does race it away to the boundary. This man just keeps on going and going and going. As well, I just yawned as well, says Brandon there. I think the barley sugar is saving myself a little bit as well, but it is going to be Weatherall. He does sit on 10 runs off 7. Short sitting on 13 runs off 5. There's a reason this man has the most runs in the power play. He just hits everything. Just tries to hit the ball all the way to the boundary every time, getting them a good strike here for the start, or trying to get them a good start here for the Strikers, I should say. As well, good for you, Brandon. What is your favourite games as well? Says a Robert there. Right. Hasnain now. 21 years of age. They are just showing when he was able to get himself a hat-trick up against Sri Lanka, the youngest player to get a hat-trick as well. I think he can get them about 145. Oh, geez, that was a bad collision for the 2 Pakistani outfielders. And also we've got there Jay Van Helsing, a mysterious Muppet Slayer as well. And there's Trucking Down Under in Adelaide. Winstead's with a cash there as the prediction as well. I feel like at this stage they've got a decent chance, 53% chance that the Strikers win it. Well, in his 20 over career, he's got 71 matches, 80. He's 21 years of age and had 71 matches already. That is very impressive for the youngster. He's steaming in. Bit of wrist action there, and it's going to be whipped away by Wetherald. How quick was that one going? Almost a run out. Where is it? Hasnain. They're not going to tell us how quick that first ball was. It's unfortunate. Also, we have got there a boxer. Sometimes when it's hot and Perth, my potatoes stick to my leg, as well, says Jay there, and also Thunder. And there, as well, says Rakesh, no challenge for them. Hey, Kiwi, whom are you supporting, says Daryl. At this stage, I'm pretty impartial in this game, just because neither of these sides, I guess the ones that I do say are normally my little bit of slight more favourite. That's going to be beautifully played there by Short. Never mind, it's gone straight to the fielder. That's going to be the wicket. And like a barley sugar, sticking to the inside of your mouth as well. I actually got one really stuck yesterday. Couldn't get it out. It was literally up there, and my tongue wouldn't work as well. But that's going to be Hasnain picking up his early wicket. And it is Darcy Short. Was gone already. As well, and also we were there and Overwatch and Plants vs Zombies Battle for Nelville and GTA as well. There's Brown, but he was excited about that one. And also we've got there the throwing up emoji there for trucking down under as well. And also there's a game called Muppets Party Cruise. I posted the cover on Discord as well. And also Lol Steve, I'll check it out later as well. I'm going to have a look. While we are waiting for him to make his way off the field, he will have to make sure that he does hurry along a little bit, or else he will get himself in a bit of trouble. What we got here. Fair play. I'm going to go on EB Games, see if I can find it. Also, didn't I get? I didn't got my answer, Kiwi, as well. I don't really mind 2 wins overall. I mean, the Thunder need this win to be able to go on and go decent as well. Muppets Party Cruise. Can't find it. And Daryl, the game is fixed as well, says JA. Is exactly right. Exactly right. It's going to be Hasnain now. Balls, that's a beautiful delivery. They're asking for the appeal, and he's got 2 in a row. Wait a minute. If he gets himself a hat trick here on debut in the BBL, welcome into the big league, son. And also, whether they're all gone, as well, says Frank. Yeah, the 2 men who I said needed to stick around are both gone now. It's a bit of a shame. And also, we have got there. In fact, Adelaide, who did you pick as well, says Robert there in the chat. And also, we have got there about, I knows how Lacey warms up her sausages as well. Says that JA's, but that was a brilliant delivery from the youngster, 21 years of age, bright future ahead of him. And he has been able to get Wetherald out for 10 runs and now 2 men. And also, thanks for the spoil, Frank, as well. Wait, where's Frank? Oh, Wetherald gone there. As well, and also we've got there, your dick. As well, but that's well bowled. It ends up hitting the back pad, and it was nothing but LBW there for that one. And Hasnain, 2 in a row. They both gave it out there for Brad Hannon and also Ricky Ponting. Brett Lee, I should say, as I told you his name. I was a belter of a signing as well. Exactly right. Seems like he's going to be able to have a hat-trick ball already. We saw Peter Siddle have a hat-trick ball earlier on. Now John Wells going to be on strike. A tip, don't say it till Hamish says it as well. And there says Robert there. John Wells at the moment, 201 runs here in the BBL so far. 24% chance of the Adelaide Strikers now going on to win this game. Hasnain now. The crowd getting behind the youngster. Where does he put it? It's on the stumps. John O'Wells, he blocks it. And that is going to be stopped as well. And also, we've got the QSG WhatsApp number as well, says Daryl. I don't actually have a WhatsApp number. Unfortunately, Grav says out there as well, says Jay Hayes. But yeah, I don't really have WhatsApp at this stage. I don't think many Kiwis do. Do they have it in Australia, boys? Do let me know. Jay, do you have a WhatsApp? Also, we have got there. Chat as well. I don't say it to Amy says it as well. Says Robert, but it was nicely played by John Wells. Almost got it as well. He was excited. And I mean, that's the thing. He's already got the 2 wickets. I'm thinking back to Harris Ralph, another Pakistan player who was able to come into the BBL and absolutely tear it up on debut. Mahmood recently coming in. As they're signing, it's another wicket. And 3 for Hussain. He almost got himself the hat trick, but he did miss out by 1 ball. But now he's trying to go for the double hat trick here at the moment. They're not allowed to high five, I guess. They have to just go like this in the air. I don't really understand that, though. It's like, hey, I'll high five you like this, and we won't touch. But then I'll just hold on to this ball, I'll give it a rub, and then I'll pass it to you. Here you go. So like, doesn't that do the same thing? But at the end of the day, John Wells gone as well. Nope, I have a landline phone, as well, says Jay Hayes. And I was like, I'm a boomer as well. Dot ball between them, so frustrating as well. I mean, there's a side of frustration there, but I'm sure 3 wickets on debut is not really anything to be ashamed of in your first over. 14% now for the Adelaide Strikers to win this game. They've only got Matty Renshaw. Matty Renshaw is the one guy that I said that they did need to keep at the crease as well after the 2 openers fell. And they look like they're going pretty quickly. At the moment, Hasnain, best debut first over, they are saying, in the BBL history. There's still one more ball. This is either going 6 or out here, surely. Can he get a 4th? He's got that extra pace, so they're not actually showing how quickly he is bowling in. What's your favourite form of cricket as well, says Frank? I would say it's probably either Test match or T20. I feel like those are my 2 favourites, and then ODI comes in at 3rd just because it is a little bit of a longer day as well. And is this game in Sydney as well? It is indeed at Spotless Stadium, Sydney Showground as well, I think is another name that it is known as. But his name here, that's 3 wickets, not 3 runs. He has been able to get in the first 5 balls. The crowd is behind him at the moment for the Sydney Thunder as he just tears through the Strikers. Bowls it straight. Brilliant Yorker out swing as well. And that's going to be the end of a phenomenal over. A triple wicket maiden here for Hasnain. Although he did actually, I guess is it counted as a maiden because he did actually go for the leg bye. Triple wicket maiden is what they just called it as well. And I'm famous here as Fixer, I guess. But Fixer is supporting Thunder today as well, says Daryl there. And also we've got the Essex over round at Sydney Showground as well. And there says Robert. So if you were going to fix this game, Daryl, what would you say is going to... That's the thing. If you know who's going to be winning these games, you should really get your predictions in before the game starts. Because I feel like you'll be able to get yourself quite a few points as well in that regard. There's a nice one as well. Backyard cricket can't get any better than that as well. Says that Jay Hayes there. At the moment, John O'Well's just went after the short ball. Cutting was there at short mid wicket. There was really no other option. And Chris Green, I just did the awkward little high five you in the air like this with a big smile on my face. That ball's raced away almost for Daniel Sams. They're going back for the 2. Almost a run out there for Renshaw. And if he was gone as well, this game would have been gone for the Adelaide Strikers. And also we have got there, I went one better than your Muppet one as well. Sees that Robert there in the chat. What do we got? Have a quick look here. We've got the Muppets Movie Adventure on PS Vita. Vita. I don't even know how you say that one. Do you like American sports? I do like watching them. I just don't get a huge amount of time. I want to watch a little bit more NBA, NFL, and even NHL as well with backyard cricket. You can smoke on the yard, get pissed, eat a bunning snag. It's great as well. Says Jay, I haven't had, as you guys call it, a bunning snag or a pig in a blanket is what you like to call it here as well. I haven't had one of those in like years. And I feel like the next time I go to Bunnings, which isn't very often, but they have got lowest prices because they're just the beginning. But once I go to Bunnings, I feel like I'm going to get myself a Bunnings snag. Maybe it becomes a vlog if you guys are keen for that. Traveling to find a Bunnings snag. Although normally they don't cook them here. I see bowled there. Oh no. The ball's ended up hitting the man there at the non-strikers in their Hunt. And because of it, it does mean that they don't quite get through for the single as well. But at the moment, Sam's 2 dot balls in a row here, plus the 2 runs. They need 146 of 99. And as you can see, the required run rate, it's not huge at the moment, 8.85. Decent. You know, it's not completely out of reach. I guess you could say it sounds like a pub team. Sounds like the pub team I played for as well. And there says Trucking Down Under. Yeah, Twilight cricket here was all about who could drink the most, but also still find a way of hitting the ball. Pretty much. I don't know whether or not they still have that because of all of the restrictions and everything as well. They don't do snags at Bunnings anymore, don't they? Oh, that's broken my heart there. I'm going to have to make my own Bunnings snag. But how do you make a Bunnings snag if you're not going to Bunnings? As on Hunt, that was Mike Hunt as well. You got to say them really far apart, don't they? Or don't you? Or else it does end up in that situation of not going too well. So I guess you could say at the moment it is going to be Daniel Sams. He looks like he's got a bit of a sore hand at the moment here. It is the hand that he holds the ball, and I wouldn't be surprised if this is a full toss. No, it's a brilliant Yorker there from Daniel Sams. They wanted a quick run. Cameron Green just having a bit of a slither as well, and still does the Barbie as well. Well, my Bunnings still does the Barbie as well, and also get the equipment from Bunnings and make a snag as well, says Xavier. Gonna have a look at something here. I feel like the thing is, this live stream, we've been all over the place, so I feel like you guys aren't going to mind if I look up Bunnings to see whether or not we still have sausage sizzles here in New Zealand. Oh, Bunnings sausage sizzle set to return to New South Wales, apparently. It actually made big headlines of them taking away Bunnings, like kind of sausage sizzles in New South Wales. I assume we've still got them here. And also, when it comes to your channel, I found most votes for Strikers. Can't believe why they chose Strikers. It was obvious Thunder win and better team than the Strikers as well, says Daryl there. And Lacey, love a few sausages, rumor has it as well. Could make my own Bunnings snack. I feel like it's not quite the same if it hasn't come off the grill, though, is it? Or their Barbie, the BBQ. Power play was decent from them, 30 for 3. They started so well, but then it was a incredible over from Hasnan. Hasnan? I've forgotten how to say his name. Hasnan, I think it is. I forgot how to say his name. I'm sure it's not Hasnan. That would be unfortunate for our last name there. And take away the Bunnings snag, and there will be riots and protest marches as well. There were literally, like, when I searched up Bunnings sausage sizzle, there was just article after article. Bunnings snags gone from New South Wales. New South Wales shut the door to Bunnings sausage sizzles and all sorts there. So people take it seriously. Nicely bowled there once again. Run out opportunity doesn't quite get through. They haven't actually told us how quick this man has bowled at all throughout this match as well. Yet we have seen a couple of the balls bowled by, I think it was Wes Agar, they had the speedo going as well. So many Muppets games, any chance of a literal Muppet stream as well. See, Sebastian, I feel like it would be quite fun overall, to be honest. If I can find one of the games, are there any Xbox games for it, like Xbox One Muppet style, rather than the older consoles? Because I feel like it's harder to find them as well. As Nan got 3 wickets as well. And that could be Peter Siddle. He was able to pick up the 3. I'm sure he is. He's probably old enough to be his, or not quite old enough to be his Nan at this stage. And also Peter Siddle was a man, so that kind of causes a few issues. A little bit leg side-ish. And that is going to be the wide there. He's got the line of length a little bit wrong. I feel bad for him, because when you got 3 for none, I feel like you don't want to bowl anymore, because you're just like, right, I've nailed this. Perfect first over, but now he's got to go back out there, bowl a few more overs, possibly get smacked all around the park to kind of try and sneak it a little bit more. But 4.1 overs down at the moment. This match is kind of, compared to the last match, I would say this match has gone slightly slower, but it's still quick at the moment. My voice is still fine as well, which I find extremely surprising. And Bunnings snags are for local businesses to make money. My local rugby clubs did it as well. Rugby is coming back misfield there from the Sydney Thunder as well, as Nan so old. She farts dust. I'm really glad I read that before putting the water in my mouth. Can't even drink at the moment. I didn't get any. I got. Nailed that. The drink. I've never heard that one before. Nan so old she farts dust, or his Nan so old, as I know out there. But do you have Bunnings in New Zealand? We do indeed. I actually ended up short ball. As well, that was a quick short one from Asnane as well. But I did end up, there was one of our subscribers a while ago who did end up getting charged about 3 times for channel memberships, because he kept on getting his account banned, unfortunately for him, because he just pretty much kept on trolling everyone as well. And in the end, I did actually end up sending him a Bunnings gift card, because he did end up buying our membership many, many times in a row. So I sent him a gift card around Christmas time, I think it was, or actually it might have been a little bit earlier as well. We have got there, got on that one as well. I just made it up. I'm an ideas man as well. You certainly are. And surely you play rugby this season as well. I don't know whether or not I'm in the shape or the kind of, I guess, the main part is shape, or the skills probably aren't quite there. I've watched a bit of rugby, but I haven't played a lot in the last 20, or not 20 years, probably the last 10, 15 years. So I feel like I would get dominated as well. But that is another video that we have got as an idea in the future as well. Like they've said there, his ankle's on a big angle, this youngster as well. You're fine to play rugby as well. Says that better way there. I can't even run to my letterbox. Like if the courier or Mr. Whippy, the ice cream van, if it was out at the street, I was like, I quite like that. By the time I get out there, it'd be gone. And so also we've got that on back. Says it was Amish there as well. Don't forget me as well. Don't worry, mate. How can we forget you? And also couldn't find any next gen Muppet games. The newest one is that one that Rob posted, but it's only on PS Vita as well. And why would you back the Thunder? The Strikers can win. So you're saying the Strikers are fixed as well. Remember when McCullum used to play for the Heat with Lynn as well? I do indeed. I'm front. As well, says Jay Hayes there. And at the chat as well. That's kind of like the other situation. Piggy as well. And there says Brandon, are we talking about the Bunning Snags or are we talking about Miss Piggy as in like from the Muppets? I used to be able to do some Muppet impersonations, but I feel like I can't really do them now.
It's Kermit the Frog here.
No, that's not that great, unfortunately. Hell, Steep's driveway as well. It says flat, just completely flat, you know. If anything, there might be a slight downhill on it. And also Spencer Hours ran ranch as well. Here's Jaber. That's going to be the end of the over. His name still only going 3 wickets, 6 runs off him, and 2 overs down as well. For that one, but 5 overs down. 3 for 36 here for the Strikers. So not too bad sitting at the moment, as long as they don't lose anymore. It was decent. Must have been Kermit in it, as says Sebastian. It was indeed Kermit the Frog. I don't know whether or not I got to miss Piggy or whether it goes more into Homer. Or sorry, not Homer, Marge from The Simpsons. But yeah, I don't know whether or not the voice. I feel like that's the thing. My voice at nighttime sounds different to what it does during the day. And I mean, I'm not complaining because it sounds deeper. Sounds like I've become a man at nighttime. But overall during the day, it's quite high as well. You know, it's not hugely deep, my voice. You know? I feel like this live stream has been, I don't want to call it the weirdest, but it's also, I would say, been one of the most unorthodox solo live streams that I've done outside of having George round, because when George is round, things get weird. As Muppet Race Mania as well, October 3 on the PS1, the Muppets get their own kart racing game as well, featuring the locals of the series and 6 original films as well. 6 around 1 hour. Says Brown there and there before a meeting as well. Says Brown, it is indeed. At the moment, the Heat, they are not playing. They are not playing tomorrow either. I think their next game is going to be on about Tuesday, but I believe the Heat are the team that the Adelaide Strikers would overtake if they do end up winning this game. The Thunder, they will overtake the Hurricanes as well. I always wanted Simpsons in a Run remake as well, but now I'm concerned seeing what they did with the GTA remasters as well. Yeah, Simpsons in a Run, one of the best PS2 games around. Like, by far. What else is on PS2? I mean, Rugby 08 was decent if you like sports games, but like Simpsons in a Run was just GTA before GTA type thing. Or GTA while GTA was a thing, actually, now that I think about it. And also Maximilian on YouTube does Kermit the Frog. He sounds funny as, it sounds exactly like Kermit. He's the frog with a log as well. And then Tuesday, they play the Sixers. That's going to be out down the ground, almost a bit lobby. And it's going to be full and safe for them as well. Yes, Franco, remember McCullum playing with Lynn. So says Robert, yeah, awesome combo. And also throwing there, oh no, Morne Morkel came just after, didn't he? For those two. Who else? I miss the old spinners, I'll be honest. I miss seeing Shane Warne for the Stars. Brad Hogg, love watching him play with the tongue out. He's always like that when he was bowling. And he was playing for the Perth Scorchers. And there were also, who else do we had who's the kind of classic older spinners as well? I guess, who's the off spinner? Botha or Botha. Oh, missed that one a little bit there. Hunt, who is currently sitting on 8 runs off 9 deliveries as well. I don't want to say. And Flintoff was with the Heat as well. See, they've had some very good players, the Brisbane Heat, over time. I mean, at the moment, would we say they're near their, I don't want to say they're near their weakest point, but they're certainly not the strongest side in the competition at the moment. The makers of Rugby Challenge Ball are going to make Aaron Smith rugby video games coming out February 23rd as well. So you'll be very happy about that, Aaron. And also Hussey and Bevan as well. And there says Jay Hayes. You know, had some good players. That's worth a shout, but it's going to be outside of the line. And I think Chris Green knows it as well with that appeal. That will be the end of the over. 6 overs down now, 39 for 3. Who else have we got? Older players. Of course, when you think about the pace bowling side of it, you got Brett Lee used to just steam in and bowl very nicely. I know that Seth MacFarlane, the lad who does Family Guy, has got Kermit the Frog impression as well. He is very good at most impressions. Seth MacFarlane, have you guys seen A Million Ways to Die in the West? Did even I Devon never played the BBL, did he as well? Says it Robert there. Who else have we got? I'm trying to think of classic spinners or even classic pace bowlers as well. Behrendorff, no, he currently plays. Who's that big tall guy that I'm thinking of? That's similar to Behrendorff. Haven't got him in my mind. I think he played for the Renegades, though. As I also pack my bags. And there, where are you going, Hamish? And, oh, no, sorry, you are going on a trip. Never mind. Seb, I'll post a Kermit vid in Discord after the stream. Are you going to be watching the movie, Shane? And there says Frank in the chat, the movie Shane. Shane. I haven't heard of the movie Shane, if that is a movie. Oh, wait, sorry, is that Shane Warne's movie? Frank, do let me know, and also Bankara. And there's says Robert. Is it Bollander that I'm thinking of? And I'll check it out, Jay, as well. And there says Sebastian. I feel like our Discord at this stage has become like random memes and pictures and videos, and I actually love it. You know, it's very casual, where it's just people putting random stuff there, and it's just entertaining. You know, we've got a whole heap of random stuff going on at Discord at the moment. Jason Sanger, he's actually getting to bowl. He did pick up a wicket in his last match. Hasn't been able to get one so far in this one, but he's bowled 2 balls, gone for 4 runs. This game is not over yet, ladies and gentlemen. They still need 9.51 Bash boost target. They need another 74. Oh, sorry, they need 74 in general. They don't need another 74. That would be quite hard to do at this point in time. Jason Sanger there, hit down the ground. That's a great shot, and that's going to be racing to the boundary there. Chris Green not able to cut it off as well. But at the moment, it's going to be an interesting one in terms of, we've seen one game of the Big Bash so far did end up getting postponed, but how many of these other games do we think are going to be gone this year? I guess they will be played later on, but it does mean that for the first time, they did actually want to finish this one before January. First time in a wee while. That's a big swing from Manny Renshaw. It's gone straight up in the air. Who's back there? No one's going to get it for Sandu there. I'll put the little link here in case anyone else wants to join as well. Another classic with Adam Gilchrist, as I says Robert there. I remember I was showing George, because like George wanted to learn a little bit about cricket before our live stream, and he was like, can we watch sledging as well? And I was like, yeah, okay. And there's one of Gilly, like there were a couple guys behind the stumps who were like, Gilly, 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 Gilly. And then he literally just says, F off, mate. It's like in the bluntest Australian accent you'll ever hear as well. It's going to be the 50 up now for the Strikers. So they have done very nicely there. 6.5 overs down. They're working their way towards a decent amount. The Thunder, they were sitting 57 for none here compared to the 3 down that we have got the Adelaide Strikers. That's a big yawn. Oh, yeah, that is the Discord link. Adam Gilchrist, I remember him as well, says it was David the Mod. Yeah, he's on commentary at the moment for the last game, I think he was as well, and also does a bit of the Ashes commentary alongside it. Very good wicket keeper. Uh-oh. Hunt ends up advancing, messes up, misses the ball. Billing stumps him, and that is going to be Sanger now, getting his first wicket of the day. He's actually, the thing is, he's not really a bowler. I didn't know him as a bowler, but he seems like he's got quite a hard style to play as well. Hunt tries to get back into his crease. He was nowhere near it, unfortunately, there. And because of it, it does mean that he is going to be on his way. But anyone who is new like me, to be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Also, check out the QLads Sport. That is up there as well. Did you ever see Adam Gilchrist in the T20 versus England QLads, where he kept hitting 6s on the SCG roof? I've probably seen it before, but I can't think of it off the top of my head at just this very moment. And also, what about Booney, Dean Jones, Murph Hughes as well, says Jay. I mean, I remember hearing stories about David Boone, like the way that he was just able to consume pretty much alcohol like it was water. What are we watching there? I think that's Pete Haskaloo there, who did decide that he did want to... Was that Jason Sanger? Okay, it was actually Jason Sanger there. They were showing a little highlight of himself. As also we've got there. Dean Jones was good, as says Robert there. That's a shot from Renshaw, racing away to the boundary there. Chris Green drags it down a little bit, and already off the first ball of his next over, he's gone for more runs than he did off his last one as well. Matty Renshaw, he's the key for them at the moment. 23 off 15. Tom Kelly, he can also hit a long ball yesterday as well. And there says David the Mod there. And the chat as well, but at the moment now, it's going to be Matty Renshaw versus Chris Green. There's been one dismissal in the past. Flip to the leg side they want to. Will they be able to get it? They should be able to get it comfortably there. Daniel Sanders, he's got a decent arm, but not able to get it in quick enough as well there. And also we have got there. And the chat, Akram was good as well. Is he the one? I could be wrong here. Is he the one who's like 2 meters something tall as well? Booney, 52 beers on a flight from Australia to England on a plane, beating Rob Marsh's record of 49. Even 49's a good effort. And they weren't actually, were they mini beers or were they literally full-sized ones, because I feel like that would be very much so like you just have to go to the toilet all the time and just pee like a horse, and also full strength beers as well. Says JA's there. It's impressive, that is for sure. Chris Green at the moment, he's gone for 8 runs of the first 3 balls of his over. Whip to the leg side once again there for Renshaw. Looks like they do want the 2. They're not quite going to get back though. Chris Green doing nicely and cutting it off to just the one. The crowd applaud him as well for that effort from Chris Green. As the captain, I feel like he wants to step up here. 2 balls left here for Matty Renshaw. But he's not going to be on strike. It is instead going to be Tom Kelly now marking centre. He has got the Grey Nichols max, and he certainly hits the ball all the way to the boundary. His best is 41 in this competition. Can you remember Marsh keeping Jay as well? Are we talking Sean Marsh or Mitchell Marsh? I assume it's Sean Marsh, isn't it? Back in his day, I remember he was at the Renegades. How pissed was he when they landed as well? And proper size 375 mils VB, I think it was as well. Says Jay Hayes there. Nicely bowled there. Very nicely played as well. No run going to be taken there by Renshaw, as him and Green were just having a little bit of a wrestle between the two of them. And Rod Marsh as well, says Jay Hayes. Oh, I got the wrong Marsh there as well. Did Sean Marsh ever keep? Or am I thinking of the wrong guy? Probably I was thinking of Rod, but I said Sean. Sean's younger. Does he still play actually in the Marsh Cup? And yeah, he was as well, says Frank there in the chat. And also Seb, he was a legless as well. And then also Rod Marsh, he was a keeper before Healy as well. And there says Robert. See, I remember playing like those kind of classic games on cricket, 2004 and whatnot, but they were probably not quite old enough, I guess you could say. Let's play 1-1-1. And that is going to be the run. The end of the over. Chris Green, he ends up going for 10 off that one, but still not too bad. The required run rate still sitting at 9.42 here from here on out with a total of 12 overs left. But 113 runs needed off 72 balls here for the Adelaide Strikers to be able to win this game and cement themselves as 5th place just for now. In fact, it might actually be 6th place, that they do promote themselves to here, as they are sitting in 2nd last, but they will be able to overtake the Brisbane Heat. They had to be dragged out of the plane. A beautiful Aussie story as well, says Sebastian there. But now Jason Sanger. The thing is, he's not actually one of the 6 options for bowling that I mentioned. They have still not bowled. Who else haven't they got? Yeah, that's going to be hit down the ground, and it's going to be missing the field as well. Sydney Thunder, they haven't bowled Arjun yet. So they've still got him as another bowling option. They could bowl 7 different bowlers. Bowl Hawke was a drunk before he threw it in, and he was the Prime Minister of Australia back in those days as well. Says David the Mod there. So I guess it's interesting. How many US presidents could you guys name off by heart compared to like Australian and New Zealand Prime Ministers? Is my question for you. That's going to be hit down the ground, and it's going to be racing there, cutting. Has it been able to feel that one? Because I feel like I could probably name like 6 US presidents, maybe 10 if I'm lucky. Australian Prime Ministers, though, I would be gone in a quiz. New Zealand Prime Ministers, even, I feel like I would still also struggle. We hit down the ground once again there by Tom Kelly. Just gets the easy single for his side. Bash boost target at the moment. They do need 11 runs from 9 deliveries to be able to go on and get that bash boost point as well. And I feel like that is going to be a crucial one for the Adelaide Strikers. We do know that even though they have only won 1 game, they have also received, I believe it's 5 bonus points so far. And AA says, Ali Hills, welcome into the live stream. It's going to be hit hard. Renshaw hits it in the air. It was under it. No one. It does fall just short as well. And High says AFL has fun as well. Welcome in to the live stream once again, mate. Hope you are doing well. Sam Billings not too happy with the way that ball was thrown in. Not getting it to him on the full, having to bend over in that regard. And also, I only know Jacinda. I can probably name around 20 to 25 US presidents as well. And also, we've got Harold Holt, Aussie Prime Minister, who went for a swim at the beach and never returned from the sea as well, says Jared Hay. Says Jay Hayes. Is that actually the case? See, I don't really know the history of Australian Prime Ministers either. Or US ones, to be fair. Or New Zealand ones, actually. I need to do a little bit more history, don't I? See how I go. I can name their flags, which is something, I guess. Hey, Ali, welcome in as well. Says Betty Wigan there. At the moment, Jason Sanger going to be rearing a go here once again. 5 singles so far off this over, which does increase the required run rate almost up to the 10 mark. That's got to be out. He hasn't got all of it. And that is going to be the wicket there. Chris Green throws it straight up in the air as well. And Sanger, he's He's able to get himself another wicket. That's 2 down. Renshaw's gone, and that will be the end as well. Jacinta would be down for down a few schooners as well in that. And also I've got there, I can name John Key, Bill English, Winston Peters, and Jacinta Ardern as well, says Robert. See, that's probably about as far as I can go as well. Oh, actually, Norman Kirk. Was he the Prime Minister? Because I know that he has a pool named after him here. So I assume you don't get a pool named after you unless you do something decent. Have a look quickly. Norman Kirk. Was he the Prime Minister? Norman Kirk. Former Prime Minister. Booyah. That's the quiz point. As our night, Filthy Dogs, have a good night as well. Back at you, Hamish, as well. And also my husband did some computer work on David Lang's PC probably about 20 years ago as well. Says Novmum there. Straight away when that ball went up, he did say that's out straight away. I feel like you guys who did say that it is going to be the Sydney Thunder, we're sitting pretty nicely at the moment. 6% chance that the Adelaide Strikers go on to win this game. It is just a case of how many runs do the Adelaide Strikers get in this one, and do they get bowled out? They are currently 5 down. On the 17th of December 1967, Harold Holt, the Prime Minister of Australia, disappeared while swimming in the near sea, or in the sea near Portsea, Victoria as well. I see. 1967, that was very close to Christmas. That's going to be up in the air as well, is it? No, it is going over the field, and this looks like, tell you what, the cameraman's had a shocker there. He might have been on the beesies before this one. He has been able to almost cut that one off, broken the boundary rope. And also that guy, Keating, who took over from Bob Hawke, was a wuss next to Bob as well in there, says David. I've realized my knowledge is not actually very good about general knowledge, I should say. Oh, that's going to be 4, unfortunately, for him. They're just not quite able to get that ball away in time. And that's going to be moving up to 69 for 5. But I would say, my general knowledge, it's decent, but as soon as it comes to, naming years and also, people in a line, Harold Holt was taken by a Japanese submarine as well. So he's trucking down under there. There you go. The more you know, eh? It's going to be now Chris Green, a little bit leg side-ish, whipped to the leg side by Nielsen there. And also, when was the last time South Africa played in New Zealand against you guys as well, says Frank. I assume for the cricket-wise, I think it's been a few years, actually. So who's that Parliament bloke that was known as the cheer sniffer? Says Jay, is that a thing? A cheer sniffer. That's concerning on many levels. That's going to be whipped to the leg side once again by Nielsen. Actually striking the ball pretty well in his early stages of the innings. I know that he has been struggling as of recently to be able to find that form. John O'Wells and also Henry Hunt, both losing their wicket without getting a boundary. Tom Skelly is going to be on strike now. He is sitting on 4 runs off 5 deliveries. Feel like he's got a decent chance of hitting this one to the boundary perhaps. So Chris Green will probably bowl him 105k Yorker outside off stump. How much? 100k Yorker outside of our stump. Damn close as well. Or aliens as well. And there's trucking down under. And also I bet the British royal family had a good old laugh. I mean, they heard the story of Harold as well and Underwell. Underwell, at least you don't blame aliens, mate. That was almost pretty much at the exact same time as he put through all aliens there as well. So yeah, some Aussie bloke in Parliament got caught sniffing a chair with which a lady was sitting on. Oh, that's close to a stumping here. Sam Billings likes it. Don't know whether or not anyone else does. They actually only need 2 runs here to be able to get themselves a bash boost point, but they're going to be going upstairs. They might actually need 1 from 1 here. And once again, you remember Keating telling Howard he needed a matchbox to stand on as well. And there's Robert at the moment. Yeah, is this going to be the stomach for Sam Billing? It's not been caught as a dot ball as of yet. It's going to be at least a dot ball. It could be a wicket, though. Fair delivery. Foot was up in the air for Nielsen, was it? He ends up going forward. I think he's out. I think he's out. I don't think that's touching the ground. I think that's extremely close. And either way, someone's going to be disappointed. It's either going to be Sam Billings or it's going to be Harry Nielsen. Who do you give it to here? Do you say that it is going to be? I think that's out. I think it's out. Oh, foot it's grounded and it's going to be not out as well. Oh, wait, there's a cricket game being played as well in there. Says that JAs. It's going to be called as not out. Sydney Thunder fans, they aren't too happy. Sam Billing, he won't be too happy with it overall, but Still a dot ball here. Pretty much the bash boost target. They need one more run off this ball. Troy Buswell was the chair sniffer J as well. And there says Robert. But at the moment, did you have to like Google Australian chair sniffer guy from Parliament, Robert, to be able to get that one up? And also, what cricket game? I'm out here. I'm out of here as well. So it's back down under there. And so, to be honest, this game has probably been the one that I've been most distracted from the cricket in general for, but I've had a lot of fun. That is for sure. My water's very bubbly at the moment. Where does he go with this ball? It's a big full toss. That's going to be the bash boost point there for the Adelaide Strikers. That could be huge for them because once again, they have been able to just chase it down, which means they will have to speed up in the later stages because we do know that for the Sydney Thunder at least, they did have Ollie Davies was able to do decently, but it was all jilks. Your mate didn't he collect antique clocks as well. He wasn't sporty like the great Bob Hawke as well in there. Oh, that's the one, Rob. And there as well, that is going to be the drinks break in this game, ladies and gentlemen, as well. And Track and send Lacey, my love, as well. And just Track and tell her I said nothing as well. And then who's your favourite New Zealand player? Says Frank, I quite like watching Kane Williamson. If I had to pick a bowler, I'd probably go, I guess Neil Wagner's probably right up there as well. But maybe a Southie or a bowl, maybe something along those lines for the current players anyway. It's a decent catch there from the dad and the Waterwad as well. And also, I posted the T20 game I was talking about to Discord as well. We Gilchrist kept hitting sixes, most sixes onto ECG roof as well, and past or present, Frank. As what is my, as well, says Brandon, I assume that it's going to be what is my prediction. And your prediction, Brandon, did end up being, you said 173 for 4, but you didn't actually say how many balls would be left in that one. So I am willing to let you say how many balls just because you did end up going a little bit above it. So you got to say how many balls are left as well. What about John Key? As well, that weirdo had a ponytail fetish as well, in particular, tugging on them. As well, then bad habits lead to late nights. As well, of course, that is a bit of an Ed Sheeran song, isn't it? I think it's actually called Bad Habits. If not, Ryan, also, no, I'm not going. This has been pretty fun stream as well. Yeah, it certainly hasn't been a very casual, hasn't been a very, I guess you could say, professional one, but that's pretty much what we do, you know. We, like, if something happens, we talk about it. Past or present, Frank, and also we have got their 74 runs. They need 73 at least. They don't end up or leave this game empty-handed as well. Exactly right. My favourite player is Phil. No, you almost got me, Jay. It's when I have to read the second name, you need something real simple that it just kind of rolls off the tongue as well. And also, he did David Amont. And also, my favourite, 5 balls left, says Brandon there. And my favourite past player would be McCullum. And current would be Bolt as well. Right, Mahmood here. Went for 14 runs in his first over. Not what we're used to seeing from the quick bowler. I believe he's heading back to England as well due to just commitments of the West Indy tour, which I am going to hopefully be covering on the channel as well. But Nielsen sitting on 8 runs off 5. He needs to keep on going here. They were 2 down. It's a nice shot. And at the moment, the power surge has been the big problem for them as well in terms of where they've been able to go. And that was, I think we lost Darley as well. Lost Darley. Who's Darley? Oh, Daryl. I believe it is as well. Yeah, Daryl, I think he decided that this match maybe was rigged and then ended up going away. But the Renegades, or the Strikers, from overs after they lose wickets, at least 4 wickets per innings so far in the BBL. This is where they fall over. And Phil McCracken actually played rugby league for New Zealand as well. Who else was the other player who did go rugby and also cricket? I'm sure you guys will be able to help me out there. Other than Phil McCracken, he was an All Black and also a black cap. Who we got there? Is he also now an Australian citizen? No, maybe not. As 30 minutes, as I said, Brandon, there till the end of the match, although it might be a little bit longer at this stage, just with the fact that we are only 10 overs through. So I think they will take about 40 minutes or 45 or so. Who's the guy? There is a guy. I feel like as soon as you guys say his name, did he have a son, Jason, as well in there? Did he have a son, Jason? Who is it? Is it Phil McCracken and Bob Hawke? Gave the impression as an Aussie Yobo, but he was actually very clever as well for a meeting as well. And there says Brandon there. At the moment, Kelly is sitting on 5 runs off 7 deliveries. He can hit a long ball. We've seen it in the past. In fact, in his first game of the BBL, just smacked it around all over the place. That's going to be a little bit of a half shot there, and it's almost racing away. Oh, well done from Ben Cutting in the deep to be able to cut that one off. It does end up giving them the 2 runs at the moment. They need 94 more runs from 56 balls. That's a lie. It's 96 balls. 96 runs, sorry, from 57 balls that they do need for themselves. At the moment now, Kelly back on strike. Nielsen, though, he is the player that I'm a little bit concerned about because we did see last time, didn't really get Goldie play cricket, Amish, as well. Oh, that's Jeff Wilson, isn't it? He was the one who did go cricket and rugby as well. Going nicely played down the ground from Kelly. Once again, testing out Cutting's fielding, and he's done well. Yeah, once again, Ben Cutting will get the 2 runs. Whereas they still need 10 runs. Oh, geez, that was close to hitting Kelly in the back. Yeah, Jeff Wilson, he is the one who I was thinking of. That one. I think me and my mum mentioned that on the Otago and also Waikato game as well. And 2020 stream, 45 likes to a stream playing cricket on the PlayStation, over 110 likes as well, says Jay. And yeah, if you saw the numbers in terms of like, the thing is, that live stream yesterday that we did, the playing the cricket, talking for an hour about the rain delay, it ended up gaining, I think it was 4 times the amount of subscribers our other live streams of the actual cricket games do. Ended up with 3 times the amount of views as the game we did prior in the day. Got a copyright claim, though, as well. So I guess that was a bit of fun. Jeff Wilson as well says that David the Mod there. But yeah, it was interesting the way that it did go in comparison to the other one, I guess you could say. But it is one of those ones. Some live streams will do well, I should say. Some live streams won't do so well. But either way, still going to be here every single live stream. If we've got 5 people watching, as long as there's like 1 person in the chat who's keen for a chat, I feel like we'll be here every single day of the week. We have been so far this year. We haven't missed an upload day. Yay. 2 days down. 363 to go as well. And also Jeff Wilson-Lawson. I was a straight cricketer as well. And there. Oh, Jeff Wilson-Lawson. And there was a straight cricketer as well. And also we've got there. It's amazing how the New Zealand cricket channel has 1.3 million subs in the All Blacks channel, only 400k and something. Although rugby is more popular in New Zealand, there's the popularity of cricket worldwide, or worldwide. Sorry, exactly right. We've seen that for the Bangladesh versus New Zealand kind of live streams that we have done on the channel as well. There is a market, I guess you could say, for people who are looking for the game. I just wish it was more easily accessible so that everyone could watch it. Like, even though, like, that's a weird thing I always say about it as well, even though it would mean that we have less people watching us, I just want more people watching the sport as well, just because it helps kind of, helps kind of grow the sport, I guess you could say. And also, only time Poms win an Ashes when Hamish plays against them on the PlayStation as well, says JA's there. As I didn't go too well, did I? I hit a 6 though. Did hit the 1-6, which I'm happy about. Steve Smith as my tail ender, decided to bring him in. See how we were going at the moment. My mood now. Been doing decently. Best of 3 for 33. I believe that was on debut that he was able to do that. In fact, I thought he got 4 wickets on debut. A little bit leg sidish. Kelly hits it well, and that's going to be racing away to the boundary. The loosener off the final ball of the over, and that is going to be a good one in favour of the Adelaide Strikers, who now sit there needing 9.78. They haven't taken the power surge as of yet. What do you got here for Brad Hannon? Oh, they have got the old-fashioned photo as well. You certainly helped a Romanian discover cricket as well, says Sebastian there. Yeah, I feel like that's like the best thing about it, is being able to kind of talk about cricket with you guys. Like, because definitely in like current times as well, like depending on restrictions around the world, like sometimes you're not allowed out of the house for like multiple weeks in a row. And I feel like it's just a good way of being able to catch up with people as well. And Brian McKenzie played both coaching for New Zealand as well, for Brian McKenzie there of the rugby and the cricket side of it. And so I know that I think it was Caleb Boshier for the Chiefs was very close. He was in the under-19 New Zealand side, but instead decided to stick to rugby rather than taking on the cricketing kind of side of it as well. It's a big decision, definitely when you are talented in both, to be able to decide. Daniel Sam, short ball there, slower ball as well, but nicely played by Nielsen as well. And he's taught me lots about the Black Cats as well. And there says Robert in the chat as well. And I feel like my mum even has taught me a lot about both of the games, or kind of both of the kind of Black Cats, and also even Bangladesh has got a bit of knowledge in terms of the past, and also tell you what, every single team really as well. At the moment, Haddon is still, how old is Brad Hannon? He doesn't look a day over like maybe 45 if he's unlucky. I'm going to have a look at him. Feel like this is when I find out he's 40 and feel bad. But I was like, how old is Brad Haddon? Brad Haddon. How old he is sitting. Okay, he doesn't look a day over 45. That's because he's 44. There you go. Wait, when's his birthday? His birthday is 23rd of October. So, yeah, he's only just turned 44. That's all for himself. But Rashid Khan at the moment, he has got the pads on. Wes Agar is there as well, ready to go. And I believe the other options that they have got for that batting lineup, they've also got Peter Siddle if they need him in forward arm as well, 44 as well. Says that Robert there. What's more popular in New Zealand, NRL, Union, or cricket as well, says Jay. I guess it depends. I know that rugby's right up there, then probably cricket, then NRL. But depending on their time of the year, it's probably cricket, then rugby, then NRL type thing. I know that NRL, if the Warriors were doing a lot better, I think it would get up there a little bit more. And Union definitely as well, says the batsman there. McKenzie faced that underarm ball from Chapel as well, says David the Mod. And there you go. Geez, that was a long time ago as well, wasn't it? It's coming up to the anniversary of a long time. That's going to be another slow ball from Daniel Sanson. Still getting worked around the ground quite nicely here by the Adelaide Strikers. Dom Kelly at the moment sitting on 18 runs off 14 deliveries. Nielsen sitting on 10 off 7. If these men keep on going at the rate that they are, it's going to be a close game. Going right down to the wire bats. But at the moment, anyone who is new, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. How old do you think Lee is without looking as well? Right, Brett Lee. I feel like he's younger than Haddon, but not by much. So I'm going to say 42 for Brett Lee. Somewhere around there. It's a good Yorker from Sands, but once again whipped off his pads. It seems like the Adelaide Strikers here, they're really starting to find their rhythm. And Arjun near there, he wasn't able to get that ball back in, and it's going to be 2 runs. What's he done there? Oh, is he older than Brad Haddon, though? No, think about it. Although keepers normally go a bit longer than pace bowlers, don't they? So I'll say 42. I wouldn't be surprised if he's a couple years younger or a couple years older, though. Who's the oldest player at the moment? Try again as well, says Robert. Am I higher or lower? What way are we going? That's going to be nicely done. Don't talk underarms. Lol Lacey. I will jump in the chat, and trucking will get all excited as well. And also, yep, Trevor Chappell, a disgraced Australia as well, says trucking down under there. That's going to be the end of the over now. It is going to be sitting 94 for 5. That was a long time ago, wasn't it? I feel like that's a thing that like a lot of people do know about kind of in the cricketing world, even though if it's like you've only watched a little bit as well. It's like George, for instance, like pretty much he has watched an hour of cricket, 3 hours now because I let him watch one of the Ashes sessions for the commentary side of it. But other than that, he literally like knew nothing other than the fact that Steve Smith ended up playing with sandpaper. That was literally all he knew. And also maybe David Warner, he said. And also 1st of February, 1981 was the underarm ball. There you go. Little what? Geez, that's a long time ago. As higher than Haddon. So he must be 46 or 45. I assume, but at the moment, Hasnain at the moment, he's took in 3 wickets in his first over. You don't do that very easily. And a BBL debut outside of the off-stump, nicely glided there. Great fielding from, I believe it was the youngster Oliver Davies. Higher than Haddon as well. For that one from Robert. 45, just a little bit older than Haddon there. Both at the Sydney Sixers for a little while. Both playing for Australia as well. It was nicely done by Oliver Davies. Probably saved at least 1 run there, the way that ball was shooting away. But this over 142 Ks for that delivery. And also, I was 2 in 1981 as well, says that Jay Hayes. I was going to say, do you remember where you were? But if you were 2, you probably don't remember too much, I would say. I didn't exist in 1981. I don't even know if I was a passing thought in 1981. And also, George knows about Tim Payne's photo shoot, as I'll be finding dust soon as well, says Jay Hayes. That's a brilliant delivery there from Hasnain. How quick was that one? 148 Ks. He's starting to get them down there now. Him and Harris Ralph will have a bit of a battle when the Stars play the Thunder in the coming weeks. And also, if I'm old as well, says Jay Hayes. So if you were 2 in 1981, I'm trying to work out how old that would make you. 2021, you'd be 40. So I think you're 41 or 42, aren't you? No, sorry, you must be 44. Is it, Jay, if I'm not wrong? That saying of farting dust is a new one that I haven't heard before, but it's quite a funny one. That's a good shot from Nielsen. Using the pace, 6 runs there. Brilliant shot from the Strikers number 7, I believe he came in at, or about 6 or so. And because of it, that does mean that it is going to be the 6th. Trevor Chappell ended up living in obscurity with Keith Murdoch as well. And there says David the Mod. Brilliant use of the pace. He decided if he's going to be bowling 150, I might as well just move over, help it on its way. And 43 in March, I think RJ said as well. And they're 43 in March. Nice. What is the one thing that you enjoyed most from your 20s and your 30s, Jay? And also, I'm older as well, says Nov Mum there. I guess same question to you, Nov Mum. As I guess I was about to call you guys veterans, but I don't know whether or not that is the right word. As wiser people in the world that you are. What is something you really miss from your 20s, really miss from your 30s, and what was your favorite as well? Glad no one knows my birthday as well, says Robert. I don't know when it is, but I know that you're 20. Oh, sorry, I know that you're 32. You are 10 years older than myself. At the moment, Nielsen sitting on 19 of 13. So, yeah, I remember where I was in Tasmania in my nappies, pulling myself, drinking milk from the boobs. Life was great back there. Yeah, 43. March as well, and senior Kiwi lads, as well, says Sebastian there. Yeah, I guess that's the thing. I always think about it like, if YouTube still exists, will I be doing YouTube when I'm like 30? And I know it's very early, but I feel like I probably will be. Slippery floor. And that's going to be Arjun now overrunning that one. Hussein. Well, Hussein started to go through another 4 runs and be able to do it all-nighters as well. And can tell you it's May as well, says Robert there in the chat. Right, okay, so May, early-ish in the year as well. But being able to do all-nighters, I feel like that is something that is very hard to do. Like, that's the thing. I wasn't able to do it in my teenage years, but now I do end up doing them. That spun a mile there. You got to hold back and just wait. I think he wanted to get out to that to try and cut it off and make it only the single, but just ends up slipping over completely in his name now. Going for a total of 16 runs off his 2.5 overs. Good ball once again, and they are whipping it to the leg side. It looks like Nielsen's running hard, but they will just get the single. Good over. 11 off it as well. And now the required run rate is going to be 9.71. I think they just rickrolled everyone at the crowd because they are playing Never Going to Give You Up, as it is called. At the moment, the highlights, they are just showing for this man what he was able to do in his first over. Was able to take a catch in the deep for Daniel Sands. A brilliant debut for him so far. And his name, he was fired up. Next ball, LBW was able to get it as well there. Just brilliantly done. And then he was on the hat-trick ball. Unfortunately for him, just missed out on the hat-trick. There's a weird order that they've put these wickets in, because they did show the highlights of the dot balls and whatnot. And I think they actually showed it before a couple of the other ones as well. And went right under the bat of the new man at the crease where he was trying to pick up yet again another wicket. And also, I can tell you my best and memorable moment in this chat. Young kids are, I can't tell you my best and memorable moment. Young kids are watching as well. I mean, yeah, we can all do all-nighters now in our 20s, but God, they're a bad idea. You can't completely, or you're completely knackered 2 days after that sleepless night. Exactly right. I'm looking forward. This sounds weird out of nowhere, but I'm looking forward to when, like, the local takeaway place opens up and they will have chicken fried rice again. I miss my chicken fried rice. I know I said I'm eating healthy, but chicken fried rice is chicken fried rice. You know what I'm saying? It was a good thing the Australian cricket team have got respect back from their fans since the Sandpaper Gate as well, says Frank there. And they all use Google as well. And there says Jay Hayes. That is true. So you'll probably use an analogy and then everyone will be like, yep, we know what that is now. Or Robert will probably post the Google definition in the chat maybe as well. He's very quick. What as well, Fiji and Drua Chiefs pay or play the day after it. So, you know, your rugby schedule, you will know it as well. It's going to be another wide there from Daniel Sams, catching that one in between his legs there, Billings, which was very lucky. But the pressure's back on the Sydney Thunder here. The Adelaide Strikers, they had a 6% chance of winning this game. Now they're 36% chance of being able to go on and win it. If Kelly stays out there, if Nielsen stays out there, next option, Rashid Khan. They haven't taken the power surge yet. I feel like it's all strikers at the moment here, and they have to make sure that they do end up getting the wickets very soon for the Thunder, or else they will be in big trouble. Liquid. Another wide, was it? 3 in a row. The referee, or sorry, the umpire gives that one as a wide. Daniel Sands, he's got a smile on his face. He's not too happy with that one alongside the crowd, though. Did he step over it all? No, I would argue that as a wide. Outside of the line there. And 173, come on, strikers as well. Says that Jay Hayes there. I feel like they're getting closer. 26% chance of being able to win. That's still very low at this point in time. They haven't actually lost too many wickets after the point of the 10th over, which is normally where they lose minimum 4 as well. His name had a brilliant over. Then the other 2 were pretty costly as well. Says Sebastian there. And a strikers win from here. Then the game is F4 as well. And then there says Darren, also enjoying your 20s. Enjoy your 20 same because it doesn't last long as well. Says David, yeah, I'm already 22. And I don't know where 21 or 20 went. Even I don't know where like 17 to now went. 5 years. Just bed. Just like that. And also wickets are concerning though. As well, says J.A. is exactly right. It's an even number between 10 and 30 as well. 20. Is it 20? I feel like 20 seems like the best option. Short ball there from Daniel Sams. That's going to be the first legal delivery of the day for Daniel Sams of this over. And at the 13th, the crowd let out a massive cheer, not just for the umpire and also Daniel Sams. I think Daniel Sams may have just said to the umpire, don't listen to them, mate. So on any rugby stream tonight, Amish as well says, I would love to be able to do one. But unfortunately, with the kind of early hours that we will be getting up tomorrow, it does mean that it does overlap a little bit. And lower J, a higher lower J. And there's a higher than that we will go. It is going to be, I like how I had to say lower J for that one. That was 32. I'll say 24. So I don't actually know what month we're in. Or sorry, I don't actually know what dates those games are on as of yet, because they have actually changed the schedule once again on me, unfortunately. But yeah, today that we have got the game between Castres and La Rochelle, and also Lyon versus Racing 92. They are the two games of the top 14 that have taken place. I don't think we've got any premiership rugby tonight. Yeah, we do. 4 hours, Gloucester versus Harlequins. And then that is the only game that we get to see here in Kiwi land. That will be a decent game, Gloucester versus Harlequins, if I was able to keep my eyes open for long enough. And then the URC, we haven't got any more games because the other ones have been cancelled. And yes, see, Paddy guessed it as well. Says 26 for that one as well. It'll be a nice shot there from Kelly, aggressive from once again with the cover drive and coming to you, Quins, as well. Says Sebastian, also Kiwi. Whom are you supporting at this point as well? Says Daryl, I feel like I love myself an underdog. And I did say that they would win the Adelaide Strikers. So I'm going to say Adelaide Strikers from here. And let's test your accuracy of BBL experience as well, says Daryl. I mean, I don't quite know the fixed odds like yourself. So it does make it a little bit trickier because I assume you've got like the big sheet that has a 28. The price is right. Come on down. As well, said JA's there. And the chat as well. But yeah, pretty much, I'm not doing terribly with the points. Oh, well taken there by Daniel Sams. And ever since those first 3 wides, this over has only gone for 5 runs of the first 4 balls. Decent from Daniel Sams, that is for sure. There's currently only 38 balls left in this one. Cole Jamison is one of the players that has flew out of the box since his, since his debut as well, says Frank. Yeah, did look a little bit lackluster in the game up against Bangladesh, but I think as he gets a little bit more time in 1989, and you're 26 as well. And there says JA, no, the date in May is the 26th. He is 32, but his date of birth is May 26 as well. That's gone straight to the man. Run out. He's got him. What a throw that is from Jilks. Only a 1 stump to aim at, but that is going to be Kelly gone now. They took on the risk. They got it wrong. And that is going to be the wicket there for the Sydney Thunder. And at the moment, that is going to be not ideal. Jilks, decided to take it on. Went straight to the man. There was a little bit of hesitation. Straight on, Jilks. No option there for Kelly. Run out as well, says Sebastian. One of the first run outs we have seen in the last little while on May 26th, 1999, J. I'm 33 in May next year. As well, this year, actually, it would be. That's weird, isn't it? 2022. I feel like I'm going to say next year a lot of times as well. But Thomas Kelly run out, 19 runs off 15 deliveries there. Now it is going to be Rashid Khan making his way to the crease. And Gurav say as well in there. Says that Jay Hayes, I really hope we have Gurav at some stage. I feel like once he turns up, everyone's just going to be celebrating in the chat. He didn't get banned, did he? He's still around. Gurav, and I'm going to go to bed as well, says Frank. So we will see you later on. And not out, says Pettywagon there. Looked a little bit like it was out by about 5 meters or so, but it's all right. Call me when you are ready. As well, says Brandon there. At the moment, 14 overs down almost in this match. So we have still got 36 balls left of this game. The Strikers sitting on 6 wickets down for 110 runs here. Can they do it? It's going to be tough. Required run rate up to 10.2. They haven't taken their power surge as of yet. Daniel Sam still has an over of his bowling. Also, Mahmood's still got 2. Sandhu's still got 3. He's going to be the game changer for them, I have a feeling. And then also Chris Green could go again if he needs to. She can't just helicopter shot to the leg side. And that is going to be the end of the over. And that is going to be now 111 for 6 here. And in for sure as well. And 5 meters DRS as well, says the JAs. It's like my run out that I have for myself on Cricket 19 last night. I hit it straight back to the bowl and wondered why I got run out by about 5 years. It was probably understandable though at the time, you know. It was a stressful situation. The wickets were falling thick and fast there. They are showing there. Straight to Jilts. Took on the stumps. Was able to nail it as well with the throw. He's got a big smile on his face. Not only, I mean, it's man of the match already with the way that he batted, but now he's getting himself run-outs as well. And the bails lit up. Everyone was excited for him. As bro in Hong Kong is 7:05 as well, says Ryan there. So actually a decent hour of the night I guess you could say at the moment. Hey, Betty Wagan, did I hear someone say Agarav? As there says the David the Mod. Yeah, Garav. We miss him. He used to put out in the chat all the time. Now he's missing. I don't know what's happened to him. Maybe the new year he was like, I need to stay off YouTube a bit more. Also, maybe I need to put out less in chats. Could have been the way that it does go. But now Rashid Khan at the moment facing Mahmood. This is going to be a good battle here. Mahmood, he's got the slow ball, bro. No one cares about Hong Kong. I don't mind Hong Kong. It's going to be the location of the Hong Kong Sevens in the near future. So we'll have to work out the time zone in that regard as well. Mahmood, Rashid Khan just flicks the wrist. Who's got that one? It's taken there. And once again, Rashid Khan, he's going to be gone. And now there's 7 down here for the Adelaide Strikers. And Rashid Khan, once again, he's just gone too aggressive early on. And that is going to be Jono Cook, I believe, was able to take that one. And the fielder, it looked like Jono Cook anyway, or rather Donkey Kong over Hong Kong. He ran out as well. And there's his penny wagon. Was it Cook? Yes, it was Jono Cook. In the field, we haven't really seen too much of him this year either. Mahmood picks up the wicket. And Rashid Khan, I said that it was going to be an exciting battle. I didn't realize it was going to last one ball. That's going to be the end of him. And it is now going to be 7 wickets down here. Tell you what, who had the lowest score for the Strikers? Ryan, you owes me $25. Okay, we've got 160 bowled out on 132 actually. Might be a decent one. 147 for the Strikers, 158 for the Strikers as well. Guys aren't doing too bad there. Thunder win by 21 runs. Might be a decent shout. Liking it a lot. As Sydney Thunder will win by 50 runs as well, says Ryan. Wait, what? They will win by 50 runs. Are you saying that they lose their next 3 wickets in the next kind of little while as well, Ryan? Do let me know. But at the moment, Mr. Mahmood, he's going to be in a bit of a mood if he doesn't pick up another wicket here. He looks like he's already in a mood. He's got his hands on his hips. And also, bro, that's $30 now. As I saw the run out. I saw a run out incident on YouTube. Both players ended up at the same side of the crease. And obviously, the run out occurred at the other end. The player made a gesture out of frustration with his hands. And so it's going to be whipped across to the leg side. This is going to be at least 2 runs. Good chase. It's going to be 4 runs, though. Jilk's not quite able to cut off that one. As it could be ping pong as well. And there says David, and the umpire took it as a review request as well. And there's Sebastian. I guess, like in that situation, I believe it's whoever's held their ground in their crease gets to stay out there as well, because we did see it happen, bro. I mean, 21 runs, as on there says Ryan there, rather than the 50. Is that because we just saw the 4, Ryan? So it does end up changing the reaction just a little bit more. As well, at the moment, Nielsen, he's sitting on 29 runs off 20 deliveries. Still need 58 more runs. It's a big full toss from Mahmood, once again whipping it to the leg, so they just want the single there. Cook able to field it. Now Ashton Agar, where's Agar? He has got power though. Ping pong, you loved me. Me love you long time. What says J. Hayes there? I tried to say that with as much of a Kiwi accent as I could, and it didn't quite work out for me. That's Nain at the moment. He's got 1 over left, like they are mentioning. Also left, Sandhu's got 3. So I feel like he is definitely going to be bowling here for one of the power play overs, or the power surge, I should say. As Sydney Thunder will win by 21 runs, and whoever gets back first is safe as well, says Jay Hayes. Yes, so it can become a little bit of a foot race between the 2 batsmen, I guess. To the leg side there, where Agar gets himself the single. Get off the mark now, facing 1 off 1. Another big old yawn. But Nielsen at the moment, this is the innings that he does need to be able to really give himself a bit of confidence. He's been struggling, and also actually, and they actually review it. If it's close as well, says that Jay Hayes there. Yeah, because I guess it's a case of like neither man wants to be the one. Definitely not if it's like if the other guy calls and he tries to steal it as well. What do you think, bro? As well, said Ryan. I just said that the Adelaide Strikers will win it by 5 balls or 3 balls remaining. I think I said in the end. Might be regretting it a bit because that's another dot ball. Nicely bowled by Mahmood. He still has an over left as well. They've actually got so many options for the bowling here for the Thunder. The fact that they haven't even bowled Arjun near, and he still actually has that option if they decide to use him, I should say. Rashid Khan is a woeful battle as well, even with a bowler, or even for a bowler, to be honest. He always goes out for less than 5 or so as well. I think he tries to play too aggressive rather than just actually, like, he's got some good proper cricket shots, but he tries to play the windmill one every time and just ends up trying to go for 6s rather than hitting it to the boundary for the 4 instead type thing. Shot. Nelson, that's hard. I think that's actually, is it the power surge that we have got? It hasn't actually told me it's the power surge. But now 52 from 30 needed here for the Adelaide Strikers. They've got a 7% chance of being able to win this game. That is not a very high one. I will admit that is quite low. But if they can do it, be worth a crack. I would be thinking as well. I'm just going to quickly check the odds in terms of how they are sitting for the Big Bash at the moment. The Adelaide Strikers, they're actually only $11 underdogs. Decent. And I was like, Brian, you should Google Ram Ranch. I would not recommend it, but each to their own discretion, I guess you could say, bro. They have been cutting the bowl as well, says Ryan. Exactly right. They've got Ben cutting as well if they do want to use them. How many of the Sydney Thunder players? Okay, Jilks doesn't bowl really. Cutting bowls, Sanger bowls, Billings keeping. Ollie Davies that I know of doesn't really bowl. Wizaga missed that ball, and it's going to be a dot. Daniel Sams bowls. Wait, how many have I got? 3. Chris Green bowls. Arjun Neer bowls. Sandhu bowls. Mahmood bowls. His name bowls. They've got 8 bowlers. How do you pick only a few of them? And Nielsen is the key here if they have a chance of getting close as well. Says J.A.'s. It is indeed. Yeah, I just shown the highlights of that man who did end up almost cleaning up the granddad, who wasn't actually too happy with the way that the man jumped over there, trying to take the catch in the crowd. But now it is Sandhu who is bowling now. That's a shot down the ground. It's going to be at least 2, cutting once again, slipping around down on the ground as well. I feel like that's the thing with it being a slip and slide out in the outfield. I feel like that can cause mistakes in the later stages of this game as well. At the moment, they did get themselves the Bash boost point, so they've got at least 1 from the Adelaide Strikers, but 10.4 for the required runs per over. That is still doable. This stage, Sandhu bowls a slow bouncer. Wizaga getting onto it nice and early, and it is just going to be the single. Jason Sanger there, fielding it in the deep, and Nielsen is going to be on straight. We have got someone in the chat as well. Welcome in, mate. Hope you are doing well. I'm not too sure what that says, but I appreciate you being here. You know, it's probably telling us. Wait, there was another guy who fell on the granddad as well. Yeah, in the end, there's been some interesting catching attempts from the BBL. Bouncing down the wicket there for Nielsen, gets it wrong. Does end up missing that one, and it was a nice delivery from Sandhu. Welcome out also as well. And there says Jay Hayes. Yeah, if they get one more wicket here, I'd say that this game is over here for the Adelaide Strikers. It's already 4% chance. They've gone up to $12 now for the odds. That's not a huge amount. What else have we got? 101 for Sydney Thunder. They're actually still accepting money on them. So I hit down the ground from Nielsen. It's going to be a nice shot, and it does just get him the single. He needed the boundary, though. That will be almost the end of the over. They've only gone for 4 runs here for Sandhu. He's just so economical as well. He's got a big frame, ends up bouncing out, and bro, what wrong with the scoreboard as well? At the moment, they go a bit silly at times as well. I hope that kid is okay from the first innings here, me too. They end up getting absolutely clobbered with the ball. Or was it in the last game? Actually, sorry, that was the Melbourne. No, sorry, it was this game, wasn't it? It was actually that fellow who opened for them. No, sorry, it wasn't this game. I'm getting confused. It was actually the Melbourne Stars game, wasn't it, with Tom Rogers absolutely smacking that one for the Melbourne Stars. And yeah, I think he ended up with the ice pack, so he'll have a massive ball mark on his head, I would think. Sitting about there as well, but that's going to be 126 for 7 here for the Strikers. As it is sitting at the moment, the Strikers are sitting on 9 points. If they win this game, they do move up above the Melbourne Stars, and they will be in 6th. If Sydney Thunder win this game, they will end up going above as well, and 1 like away from half century. Come on then, anyone else says Sebastian, be sure to hit that like button if you haven't already. Also, sure to leave a like on this live stream. That's what we just said, and also subscribe to the channel. That's the other one that we are after, and also check out the Kiwi Lads Sport channel as well. We are slowly growing on that one. That is our backup channel, just in case anything happens to this channel, which hopefully it won't, but I got my voice copyright claimed yesterday. So you never know what's going to be happening in the YouTube world as well. At the moment, 4 overs left now for them as well. Yes, you are correct. Our pro is Tom Rogers as well. Says Ryan there in the chat. His name now, yeah, it's gone 3 for 17 so far. Brilliant bowl. Brilliant bowl. 143k, still getting plenty of pace on it. And I'm wondering whether or not we do get to see a short ball here from his name. Really just taking almost, that's the thing, he almost took the pace off that one, and it's still 143 and should have worn a watermelon helmet as well. They used to be a thing. I'm not sure if people still do that as well. Says that J. Hayes, not that I know of. Definitely not when watermelon is $6 a kg. Does make it a very expensive helmet. Almost stupid to just buy a helmet. As well, what's the most expensive watermelon you've seen, Jay, in Australia at the moment? I think they're still relatively cheap. They know who's looking at the points so much as well. There was Agard losing his footing a little bit. So pretty much the best predictions we have had so far. We've got 158 from Seb. Thunder win it by 21 runs is another one that we have got there. 147 for the Strikers from Paddy. And also 160 and bowled out for 132 is another one from Homer Spencer. But Novmum and also Aiden both have that 160 mark for them. So I feel like all those ones probably still are in the running. And then if the Adelaide Strikers can somehow go bang, 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 maybe we are still in the hunt as well, David. Even though, did you get your prediction in, David? No, you didn't. I guess I would still be in, David, but you would be able to support me in my ventures. It's nine now. Going to South Space, misses the ball once again, and cheap. Still cheap here as well, about $2 a kg. I think I need to go to Australia for the mango and for the watermelon. There we go. What else is Australia good at in terms of their fruit growing? Do let me know, Jay. What's the next one? What else have you guys got? Got probably oranges are probably pretty decent over there, I would think as well. The Sydney Thunder, they've got 3 away games in a row as well. And also we've got someone in the chat. Hello there. How's it going? Hope you are well, mate, at the moment. Then they've got the Hurricanes twice in a row as their games after the next couple that they have got up against the Renegades and the Scorchers. Harry Nielsen just trying to hype himself up. He's tried to play the pull shot. It's going to be working out for him a little bit. It's going to be just the one run, is it? Arjania, they're running hard. They just get the single, though. And good work in the field from Arjania. He did have that misfield a little bit earlier on. They've still got only the 2 runs off this over. And also we've got there, my name is Mashrafi, in there. As also welcome in. And Harish has said out there, and the chat, watermelon is the new avocado. Can't afford a house. Don't buy a watermelon as well. Says Nov Mum there. And also, if you were my neighbor, I'd put mango over your fence as well, says Robert. I feel like that's true friendship, isn't it? No, Hamish, I missed the bus. As I said, David the Mod. So at this stage now, I think you've been doing decently for the points, though, the last couple days, haven't you, David? You got the first place in the one yesterday. Another dot ball. Well bowled there from Hussain. And he has only gone for the 2 runs so far off this one. And also apples, banana, mango, strawberries, blueberries, you name it, we got it as well. How much is a plane ticket to Australia right now? What's the best region? A new out person as well. Says that Betty Wang could be the chance, maybe. I'm going to look at plane tickets to Australia and see how much a mango costs. And Arash is Garav's brother as well. And there, maybe it's him in disguise. That one. Flights to go Melbourne. I quite like Melbourne. Very good shot from Wes Agar straight to the man, though. And they do get through for the single, and that will be the end of the overbooked flights to Melbourne. That'll do. And also, do you like pineapples, David, as well? And there says Robert, and he's battered. And there is Hi, Miss Ruffy bin as well. We'll go like that. So we're not flying from Auckland. That's an extra trip. Christchurch to Melbourne. One-way trip. We're never coming back. We're just getting the fruit. One adult. There we go. Please review and complete. What's that for? I'll select a date. Yeah, I should probably set a date at some stage. I'll go on Saturday. It's a good date. What we got? Melbourne, Saturday, myself going, no, I don't want Ask Oscar. I just want to book a flight. Get some mango. Also, we've got that pineapple belongs on pizza as well. Says JA's there. $500. I didn't realize it was $500 to go there. We're going next Sunday. It's $420. Is it actually? I didn't realize it was that expensive to go to Melbourne at the moment. That's bloody big. As do you like pineapples? I love myself a pineapple, so I feel like I would fit right into the Australian kind of, I guess not format, but the Australian kind of feel, you know. And also not really, mate, how much are they as well? Says it, David, there in the chat. Short ball, Daniel Sams. Called as a wide as well. It was just a little bit too wide there from Daniel Sams. They still need 43 runs off 18 balls there. Update score, bro, as I says Mod there in the chat. Hopefully it has now updated. There we go. It has gone up. That's harsh. That's harsh. Definitely because Wes Agar stepped way to leg for that delivery as well. The crowd let out a bit of a boo for that one as well. The umpires are getting plenty of stick today. Nicely played there from Wes Agar straight to the man, though. Melbourne here to Queensland or Perth or Tasmania as well, says Jay. Queensland. What's in Queensland? I know that this is going to sound like a terrible question, Jay, and I do apologize in advance, but what's a big city in Queensland? Is it, I was about to say, is it Sydney, but that's New South Wales, isn't it? What's in Queensland? Is that like Brisbane? Brisbane, isn't it? There we go. Head to Brisbane, Hamish, as well. And now I can get them cheap from a farm around Rockhampton as well. Says it Robert there. Well bowled Yorker there. It's going to be whipped to the leg side, a little bit slippy out there. And it is once again just going to be the single. They need 15 runs per over here. Brisbane as well, and there from Sebastian as well. Right. We'll get away from Melbourne. Melbourne's wicket, please. Sam's my captain as well, so hopefully he will be able to pick yourself up one there. Brisbane. Search. Where are we going? Brisbane, no seats available. No seats available. Do we not fly to Brisbane? $700, $457. Jeez. How much did it used to be to fly to Melbourne? Or like Australia in general? That's another dot ball there. It's well bowled by Daniel Sams. Very economical. They've still got Sandu as an option. Wicket need please as well in Brisbane. But the Gold Coast is where it's at. Also up north in Queensland. It's awesome. As there says Jay Hayes. I used to think it was like $150 to fly to Melbourne or anywhere in Australia. I could be wrong there, of course. But how much was it about 3 years ago to be able to go overseas on a plane? 4% chance for the Strikers to win this game. 0.8% on my kind of live win probability. It's a rough ball. Called it as a wide once again. The umpire's having none of it at this stage. And he has called it as a short ball as well there for Daniel Sand. So he's actually bowled about 7 wides on this one and fly to Coolangatta, mate. Where's Coolangatta? I have a look. Does it have an airport? I assume it does. Cool. No airport found. Is it a real place? And $275. Oh, $2.75 they are on the farm. That's going to go going straight up in the air for Where's Khan. No one's there under it, though. And it's going to be there. And also Rocky the Beef Capital as well. And there's Jay Hayes. Or Jay Hayes, sorry, and a Rockhampton. And there I need Wicket, please love channel mode me. This is Jay. At the moment, 2 balls left here in the over. Nielsen's on strike. 152 the Thunder we're sitting on at this point in time in the game. Anyone who's newbie should leave a like and subscribe. We're going to be back tomorrow with the Melbourne Stars taking on the Melbourne Renegades in the Melbourne Derby. It's a big full toss there. Not quite able to connect nicely with it. Goes straight down the throat of Ben Cutting, and it now moves to about 18 runs needed per over here for the final 2 overs. No, we've got still 1 ball. Cool and Gutter near the Gold Coast as well. Cool and Gutter. Cool. Near Gold Coast. It's Gold Coast and the airport. We'll go to the Gold Coast and then we'll just drive there. It doesn't quite know whereabouts it is. That's gone. Straight up in the air there from Where's Aga. That's extremely high. Who wants it? It's taken there by the captain, Chris Green. Very nicely done. I can't actually get to the Gold Coast till March. I'm able to go to the Gold Coast as well, just in time for Super Rugby and whatnot. Where's Aga hits it straight up in the air, and that is going to be another wicket. Coolangatta as well there. Rockhampton's cheap as well, says Robert. Wherever's got mangoes, I'm a happy man as well. And I feel like if all the places do have a mango, how far is Coolangatta from Gold Coast? Do let me know, Jay Hayes. I feel like I need to one day do a trip around Australia because I don't know my regions very well. I'll probably get lost. And finally, a wicket as well, says Harry there. It was indeed. Nicely done. And now 0.6% chance. Peter Siddle's going to be at the non-strikers end. $434 as well. And Gatta is in hat. Also, it's Gatta. So it's Coolangatta. So there. Okay. Coolangatta. And bro, Adelaide Strikers is given chance to Sydney Thunder to win. As I says, Ryan, it does seem that way a little bit, doesn't it? Also come back, or just came back from a friend's house as well, about 30 minutes, I think. Worth the drive, maybe. What's in Coolangatta? What's in there? Is there something good, or is it the mangoes, or what's happening? One of you guys there, maybe? It's going to be a good shot from Nelson. Wally is at the crease. There's still half a chance. And also we have got there, I just need 25 more runs to walk with 6 points for tonight, as well, says Aiden there. And also we have got there, Coolangatta is on the Gold Coast as well, and I having sunburnt shoulders as well. It does suck. Big time. Definitely anytime you try and have a shower. 32 minutes as well. I stood at the Coolangatta Tweed Heads border as well. Tweed Heads. Is that how you say that? Tweed Heads and Ngata. It's a hard one. And head up the coach to K or Townsville or Kings as well. I think I've been in Kings for about 5 minutes or maybe a day or so. I think my uncle was in Kings. It's Port Douglas in Kings, Jay. And also, we've got there go to Brisbane. More cakes will take you to the Gabba for the cricket as well, says Robert there. And yeah, but Peter Siddle at the moment. They need 37 runs off 10 balls. They pretty much need a boundary a ball here. And Nelson, he is the man who's got to try and get it done. Siddle doesn't have a huge amount, or when you are in bed trying to sleep as well, yeah, that also does suck. Also because it just feels very hot as well. It's not just the pain side of it, it's also the heat that it does radiate. Mood at the moment. My mood it is. It's going straight up for Peter Siddle. I think that's going to be 4 runs. Yes, it is. Ends up getting the top edge, but it runs away to the boundary for Peter Siddle. That's almost best case scenario for them. And in this situation, doesn't quite get hold of it. He's just asking the question to Nielsen about whether or not he tries to rotate the strike. They are sitting. Tell you what, we saw the Melbourne Stars get bowled out. Will we see the second team in this game also get bowled out for this matchup? And also we got the see that paddy wagon there as well. Currently 33 more runs needed off 9 balls. Mahmood, it's been 40 runs already scored off him in his 3.3 overs. That's hit a stump. That's hit a stump, and that is going to be the end of Peter Siddle now. 9 down for the Strikers. They are just trying to survive at this point in time as well, but it is currently 33 runs that the Strikers will be needing. Tell you what, whoever said 21, I think that was actually Ryan, wasn't it? You might be not a mile off there, mate, as well. And also we had 150 predicted. Go. Another yawn going. I've still got water left, so I might as well use it. There we go. That's actually very warm. It's currently still 18 degrees here, which I know probably doesn't sound too bad for guys in Australia, but normally 18 degrees is our high throughout like a couple months. So it'll be interesting. See how I do sleep tonight. Forward Ahmed now, though. He's going to be at the crease, rearing to go here for a side. He is going to be the final wicket that they can have. And you said 3 balls. I said 2 balls as well. And there says Robert. Yeah, at the moment, I believe that's the thing. They would need to get themselves up to 33 runs in that time. So they need about 5 6s from Forward Ahmed, and then I'm good in that regard. If they get 5 6s and a single, you're good. It's like 18 degrees. Get out. The suntan lotion is. And there says Jay. Oh, nice ball there from Mahmood. Well pitched up delivery. Thing is, they've still got Sanger who can bowl the last over. And also, I believe it is just Sanger. Well, they've actually got about 4 other options if they decide to use them. They could do, Sandu. I should say they've also got Sanger if he wants to bowl. Chris Green is there as well. And also, I said 7 balls as well. It says Jay there. And also 18 degrees for that one. How old is it there at the moment, Jay? Do let me know. Hit down the ground there. Nice shot. 4 runs for Forward Ahmed. Just glides it down the ground. And that is now going to make the score just a little bit closer between these two sides. And it will now be sitting 29 runs needed off 6 balls to be able to get themselves a win. The Strikers 144 for 9 here. At the moment, we have got there, Jay. How hot in Western Australia as well, says Robert there. Will be very hot, I assume. At the moment, it's 17 here in Hopi. Hopefully I pronounced it correctly. Or is it I hope? I assume it is Hopi. 1% chance that the Strikers win this game. They need 29 runs. They need 5 6s, and they win it. They need 4 6s and 2 4s, and they win it. Chris Green's bowling himself here. The captain, he's decided he wants one more. Now Chris Green. First ball needs to be a boundary. Needs to be probably a 6 as well. It's going to be the big swing there. Down the ground from Nielsen. It's in the sky. It's taken as well by Cutting, and that is going to be then bowled out for 144. Nice sliding catch there from Ben Cutting. That's going to be the end of the innings, and the Adelaide Strikers going to be bowled out for that one as well. So 144 is what they end up with there in that situation. So I've got to add a little bit to it. It will be 152 as the prediction for someone in the chat. 147 for the Strikers from Paddy Wagon. Very close indeed. So we will go like this. We will go like this as well. So, Paddy Wagon, you get yourself 3 points. So, congratulations, mate. You've done very nicely there. And Paddy does get the points, Paddy Wagon. He gets himself the 3 points. Then in second, I believe we've got 152 as another one. So that is relatively close. That's only 8 away. And then also we've got one that is 12 away. So I believe that would be the next closest. Actually, no. Yes, it would be. Actually, but the Thunder by 10 is also relatively close for that one, but that would be 19 away. So I believe, if I'm not wrong, if I've got this one right, it's going to be Paddy Wagon in first. In second, it is going to be... Where is he? It is Shannon Humphries, because I did... Oh, sorry, not Shannon Humphries. It is Ryan, because I did do a little bit more of the maths there. So Ryan, he does get himself 2 points. Chowdhury. And then from there, it is going to be in third. I believe he's actually going to be Hamish Spencer here with the big picture of the prop. So we will add him to the list as well. I spelled his last name wrong. I'm sure he won't mind. Third as well for him. But that is the end of this game. And luckily not the end of my voice, though. It is still seeming like it is going to be working for this live stream as well that we have got there. And the chat, we got 27 at the moment. Where I am, it's been a nice change from the constant 44 degrees as well. And 23 here, comfortable win in the end. And I backed the wrong team. And a Ryan bro there in the chat. And also Ryan says Robert there. And nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning into the live streams today. We have got tomorrow. That's Spencer's mum as well. And there says Jay Hayes. But yeah, at this stage, West Indies, no, they're not playing. Both Sydney sides looking fabulous as well. Exactly right, doing very nicely, and they've moved their way up. Who's who on point? Who's who on points, as I says Robert. I haven't actually done the maths in the most recent times, but I will try and add that all up for you guys by kind of around the next live stream, or maybe the one after that. Hey, Hal won the first prediction as well, and then who won the first prediction? It was in the end. It was myself and Aiden who did tie, and then Down Under Fishing, and also GM Majamal was also able to tie for third place in that one. And see you in tomorrow morning, as I says Rami. We'll see you later on, mate, because we have got Bangladesh versus New Zealand tomorrow for the test match, and then later on in the night, Melbourne Renegades taking on the Melbourne Stars. As our cheers cover was a good laugh on the stream once again, as I says Jay. So thank you very much for tuning in, mate. I'll see you all